just named the 2024 Best in State Credit Unions list by Forbes for 2 years in a row. Your friends at Odyssey want to congratulate the entire American Heritage Credit Union team for this prestigious honor.
At Cherry Hill Volvo, we have absolutely incredible offers and a plethora of both new and certified Volvos from which to choose. We are eager to offer amazingly competitive prices, plus an additional $1,000 Costco discount on all new Cherry Hill Volvos. When leasing or purchasing a new or certified Cherry Hill Volvo, you become a valued part of our team. Join Cherry Hill Volvo for the pricing and attention you deserve. I am Judith Krupnick, president of Cherry Hill Volvo.
Your 401k goes up and down. That's fine when you're 40, but not when you're 60. Find out how to protect your hard-earned money. Tune in to the Retirement Spectrum with Alan Cohen, Saturdays at 3 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Ad paid for by AG Marketing Group. Attention timeshare owners. If you need to get rid of your timeshare for any reason, please listen to the following message. Getting out of a timeshare commitment is not easy, and it takes time. But we specialize in helping consumers legally get rid of their expensive timeshares forever. Can't get the vacation dates that work for you? Maybe you felt taken advantage of or forced into the timeshare? Maybe you just can't continue to shoulder those monthly payments any longer. If you need to eliminate your timeshare commitment, then you need to take down this number, 800-866-7061. We will safely and legally get rid of your timeshare payments forever, all with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't continue to let your timeshare be a financial burden to you and your loved ones. Call us now at 800-866-7061. The call is free. The consultation is free. Call 800-866-7061. That's 800-866-7061. Again, 800-866-7061.
Philadelphia's Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3, Philadelphia. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Always live on the free Odyssey app. It's Dom time. Now, Dom Giordano.
It is Dom time. Back from a round of golf yesterday. Oh, it was intrepid. It was beautiful weather out there, Dan.
Any
Wonderful.
slices?
No.
No?
You're just trying to survive. Oh, my God. There was
that
no breeze.
It sounds terrible. It's like 101 degrees out there yesterday.
It was fine.
Yeah?
I was playing with Luke in an 8-man scattered some kind of formula, and it ended up even. The odds were astronomical.
Do you wear long basketball shorts on the golf course?
No, I do not. No, I have my golf shorts. All right, so now that we've settled that, why is it African Americans are the group that most spoke out? I'm looking at the polling, too, as a polling group. Congressional Black Caucus stands with Joe Biden. They're making it black and white, and they're saying white elites. And Biden, Dan, I don't know if we have that one yet. I sent it it was on Morning Joe today and went wild. First of all, Joe was on with Mika and Joe, but by phone. And about 10 seconds in, you can hear, I lost my place. Where is that? Can you see the aides holding up stuff there that nobody can see? Giant cue cards. Good morning. Good afternoon.
If any of these guys don't think I should run against me, go ahead, announce for president. Challenge me at the convention.
All right, so that's, challenge me at the convention. He's getting fired up over this. Do they think they're going to run against him? Is he talking to Kamala? Yeah, I have the one talking about the elites now, that the elites are the one driving this. The average voter doesn't care with what we saw.
Getting that right now.
Okay, all right. 855-839-1210. So Congressional Black Caucus on this Zoom meeting of, I think, all the members of Congress were the most adamant defending Biden. Now, a theory out there by several pundits that are pretty good. They're kind of conservative, maybe moderate conservative. Could it be they want the historical first, so to speak, first black woman, Asian, South Asian woman, but they don't trust her. They know she can't win. Now, I know they're going wild now. Oh, that would energize. For a moment it would, but you know what happens when someone is the nominee, when someone's the front-runner nominee, suddenly all the flaws come out, and boy, this person has more than almost anybody we've ever seen. So is there play? Get Biden in again. He's the best choice still with all these other people they're talking about. We get Biden in somehow or another. and then we take him out with the 25th Amendment or he dies. And that's the way Kamala Harris, without a vote being cast for her, not a vote, ever, would become president of the United States and historical. I'm betting on Dr. Jill Biden, though. Dr. Jill Biden is not going to go away anyhow. But when it comes to Kamala, she still resents that Kamala Harris told the truth in that second debate, you may remember, way back in 2020, when she talked about Joe Biden, the buddy of stone-cold segregationists up and down the line. She was right. Now, Tulsi Gabbard took her out in that debate, but she was right. And Dr. Jill hates Kamala Harris for that. I don't even know how she got on the ticket. She had to be, but she's not going to let her push, of all people, push the Bidens out of the White House. So, yeah, John Cena retiring. He's coming.
You said Stone Cold. I thought you were going Steve Austin there for a second.
So, the shirts that we should be wearing, does anybody object? Joe can't go. Joe can't go. I don't want Joe Biden to go. And the Trump people have been playing it right. Then I hear Dan this morning, oh, my God, he's going to be on with Hannity for an hour tonight in an interview. Why talk now? Be quiet. You were doing a great job. They are killing themselves. Here's Julie Rogozinski. Oh, Dan, let's play that elite cut. Then we'll play Julie Rogozinski. Here is the Biden on Morning Joe.
The American public is not going to move away from me as an average voter. And again, I'm here for two reasons, pal. One, to rebuild the economy for hardworking middle-class people, give everybody a shot. Yeah. Just a straight shot. Everybody gets a fair chance, number one. Number two, remember all this talk about how I don't have the black support? Come on, give me a break. Come with me. Watch. I'm getting so frustrated by the elites. Now, I'm not talking about you guys, but about the elites in the party who they know so much more. If any of these guys don't think I should run against me, go ahead, announce for president. Challenge me in the convention.
You know who he really went after, too? One of the shrewder guys out there, Dan. Look, I know he was Obama's horse whisperer, but he is one of the shrewder guys out there, and he's, in politics, he's one of the more truthful. The Axelrod. Axelrod has been very clear this guy has no shot at winning. He went after him, too. He talked about him in his CNN podcast with the Axe.
Axelrod, David Remnick, Richard Haas. Yeah, I know which one you're responding to there. Zeke Emanuel. But they are saying that you should step aside. So what is your plan of attack moving forward? These are pretty big names.
To go out and keep doing their big names, but I don't care what those big names think. They were wrong in 2020. They're wrong in 2022 about the red wave. They're wrong in 2024.
Now, it's hard to establish, but there is no doubt that the Biden medical staff has been visited at least once, but it appears to be maybe double figures times by a prominent Parkinson's doctor, okay? And no one wishes anything on anybody, least of all that horrible disease. But it is oh, my God. I can't take this conspiracy.
No, it's why not?
That's not Biden there, right?
That's what I just put up on the board because so the voice, it has this weird kind of filter on it where you hear like a every time he speaks, right? And that's what a voice mod sounds like every time you run a voice through a voice mod. You have one of the biggest national political television shows here, and you're telling me that they couldn't get anything better than a phone call? They couldn't set up a Zoom? But they couldn't get a camera on the guy?
Well, the reason is because he was reading from a script. You can hear the papers. I listened I listened to most of it.
Yeah,
I'm on board. Yeah. And even 7-10 seconds in, you can hear he's saying, Jill and I went to a social, an ice cream social in Harrisburg. Then he loses his place.
It sounds.
Heads off the race.
It sounds so similar to a voice mod filter, though. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
with me. Watch people react. You make a judgment.
And you hear how, like, so when you talk in a big room like that, when you have audio and there's feedback, it doesn't just slowly like that and go silent unless there's a voice mod. I don't know, man. Conspiratorial. This is just.
I'll file that in the back room. All right, here's cut 10. Here's a Democrat strategist, Julie Rogozinski, saying what I'm saying. She's a Democrat strategist, And that's why I put up on Twitter, Dan, all weekend long. Every second that Biden stays in there, particularly every second that he stays in there, where unless you just think you're smarter than the room, I'm thinking this is 50-50 at this point. I'm thinking Biden can survive this. I'm not just going to be so to make myself right. No, I've been saying all along, I think he can survive this. Not saying he will. It depends on any number of factors. But here's the Democrat strategist telling us her fear, and it's my wish, every second he stays in there, we are gaining.
This is not trending in a good direction for the president. I'll also say that every day that goes by where we're talking about this and we're not talking about Donald Trump and the threat he poses to the nation, both with his personal record of 34 felonies and with his plans for a second term where he promised to effectively be the vengeance for all of his MAGA offended party, is not a good day for Democrats. And so with every day that goes by and we're focusing on this and not focusing on the former president, is not a good day for us. And so I strongly think that it's time for President Biden to take a look at what this may look like. If this continues on into next week and the next month, we don't have time. We need to refocus this campaign on Donald Trump and the threat he poses to our democracy and to our nation.
All right, but in his corner, the all-time sycophant, this is a double sycophancy, I think, Dan. The Dean of Decency was at an event. I'm not sure if she went to Harrisburg or the Black Church and outside the Black Church over in Mount Airy, which is a mega church.
Decency.
Here's the dean telling Biden how hard it is to speak after him.
Mr. President, it is so hard to follow you. And then you put me behind Senator Fetterman? Are you kidding me?
The two giants of communication.
Oh, come on.
Biden and Fetterman. Let's hear that woman again.
Mr. President, it is so hard to follow you. And then you put me behind Senator Fetterman? Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God, what kind of bubble. And you know Fetterman, Dan, he knows. He's more blunt. And get the hell out of here. Come on. All right, the one thing.
Oh, my God, really? Oh, my gosh. It's devastating. Ooh, don't do it. Please don't do it.
Mr. President, it is so hard to follow you. And then you put me behind Senator Fetterman? Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God.
Good night, everybody.
All right. The one thing Harris brings them, the reproductive rights stuff, the abortion, she'll hit that forever. I don't think it's playing as heavy. You know what she's going to bring them. She's a stone-cold anti-Israel, seething with it. The mob. Maybe they'll come back into the Democrat fold. If I were pitching Kamala Harris, that's what I would pitch. Forget the cackle. Forget the word salad. Forget all that. She's going to get the mob off your back because she is anti-Israel. Big time. Big time. That's her best calling card here that I could give you for Harris. But we want Joe Biden in there. And over the weekend, several people put up on my Twitter, you're right, I can't believe it. I'm rooting for Joe Biden. I'm rooting for Biden to stay in. And the reason why, it's smart. She's the unknown. We think we know what the reaction to her would be, almost certainly. But he's the known. And when you got the known and you've captured that, meaning you're not going to walk back that debate. People have seen it. More and more is coming out about his cognitive decline. But he still might be able to eke it out. Yeah, but Dom, what about the country in his second term? Hey, we're saving the country here by winning. That's all that it's about. If you win, the country's going to be saved. If you don't win, stop talking about saving the country. Yeah, but you can't have Biden in there for 4 months. Oh, yes, we can. Just let him stay right there. It's all about winning. It's about winning. We got away with it for 3.5 years, whatever it is with him there. We can plod through this because we got to win. Now, we're waiting here. I can't refresh and be on the air as much the Scott Presler Twitter feed, and I can feel the tingle coming through, Dan, because in mere moments, usually around this time, we will see the new number out there in Bucks County where the California hairdo came to speak to a bunch of Democrats forced to come out there on a hot Saturday with him in Doylestown.
So at 7:30, he tweeted, in about 4 hours, we get Pennsylvania voter registration data I wanted.
Yes. Oh, God.
7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. Yeah. So we're about 45 minutes late here.
Yeah, he'll be there with a big placard any moment now. We'll give you that number because next week, I believe, on Monday, Bucks County finally is going to be red just in time for the convention. All right, phone lines. 855-839-1210. You get in. AT&T and Verizon Wireless. All that you have to do is just push pound 1210. Now, let me give you the side question I'm wearing again today because it propels our side question, our brand new, you may have missed it. I knew you may have been off on Friday listening, tisk, that Johnny and Pam designed, Pam mainly, with a great designer down there in Wildwood, the official Summer White House T-shirts. And that's on the back. I have to stand up for this, Dan. Make sure that camera angle's perfect there. That was a twirl.
Beautiful twirl there.
And it is...
YouTube.com/@DomShow or at 1210WPHT. YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. Please like and subscribe.
I'm so loving this idea. I told our big boss out here today in the kitchen, yeah, this is the best synergy ever. With sponsor, the Summer White House, Johnny, Pam, listeners. It has been historic what's going on there. You can get them at Mulligan's. So that gives us a side question. How many times last week, and then I said it wrong for one reason or another. I said 315 West Hildreth. It's 310 West Hildreth.
Jeez, come on.
So we want an all-time real or fictional, it could be in a work of fiction, address.
So, question.
Yes.
Don't mean to throw you this curveball.
Yeah.
Can we also do fictional or real famous street?
Sure. That's an address.
Okay.
Sure, yeah. Just throw a street in. Sunset Boulevard.
Great one.
Route 66.
Yes.
I'm going to take off 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, 10 Downing Street. But how about 704 Hauser? Archie Bunker. And 124 Conch Street.
Gilligan's Island?
Close. SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh.
Look that one up. Yeah,
he just turned 25 or something like that. It was on CBS Sunday Morning. They did a whole thing on it yesterday.
How about yours?
Serious news over there at CBS Sunday Morning. How about Wisteria Lane, Dom?
Oh, yes.
Desperate Housewives fame. Right. Wall Street, I'll take off the board.
That's an all-timer.
And how about the BET show, 106th and Park?
I don't know that one.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. 855-839.
Where the studio was in Harlem.
Okay. 855-839-1210. You can get on board. We'll talk with Martina White a little bit later. Now, not that I'm advising Democrats, but if it is Kamala Harris, which is still doubtful, got to pick Josh Shapiro. Even though I don't want that. I just feel the competitive juices, Dan. He's going to come on and say, I'm going to take this state, you blank, blank, blanks. So 855-839-1210. You get in. Give us that all-time address. Are you on board with Joe's got to stay? Joe can't go. We need Joe in the White House right now. We want Joe. Remember, it's a known, and it's only going to get worse for them. She's more the unknown. I think a disaster, the polling in the swing states among union voters, those kind of guys and women, is bad for her. Really bad. But we don't know. We don't know if some of these things might catch fire. So we're going to go with the safe thing. We know what Biden is. We know that it's all over. All right, phone lines. 855-839-1210.
Join Team Kale & Company once again this year for the Bend to Shore Bike Tour on Sunday, July 21st. From Philly to Atlantic City, you can do the ride or just donate to support the cause. Visit bendtoshore.org. That's shore.org. Let's show everyone how WPHT and Odyssey supports law enforcement. Bend to Shore is organized by Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation. FBBCF provides financial relief for the families of fallen and injured first responders and supports the Police Youth Alliance, which fosters a positive relationship between police and youth. Sponsored by Gelman Law. Need a criminal defense attorney or personal injury? Visit GelmanLawFirm.com.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency on earth. And if you owe back taxes, the news isn't good. The IRS has raised the interest rate it charges on unpaid taxes in recent years. This hits hard if you're behind on your taxes. Most people don't know it, but the IRS adds interest charges to your tax debts daily. If you owe the IRS today, you'll owe even more tomorrow. And it doesn't stop until you get right with the IRS. The good news is, getting right can start with one phone call to Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm. Optima's tax professionals specialize in the Fresh Start Initiative, a powerful IRS program that can save you thousands if you qualify. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, the experts at Optima have resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients. Call now for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
When you need to know, depend on KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
A heat advisory is in effect throughout most of our region, along with a code orange for air quality concerns. President Biden tells congressional Democrats he's not stepping aside and says it's time for the party drama to end. And Beryl is ripping through Texas, leaving hundreds of thousands in the dark.
Get the latest anytime on KYW News Radio. Now on Crystal Clear 103.9 FM.
You've never needed us more.
Hi, this is Dom Giordano. You know that I love sports. I love them so much. I never want them to stop. But as the playoffs wind down, we get fewer games. And the sports aren't sportsing like I want them to. But FanDuel lets me keep the sports going whenever I want. All I have to do is open up the app, dream up bets anytime I'm in the mood. And during the summer, FanDuel, in partnership with Valley Forge Casino, is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day all summer long. Head over to FanDuel.com/Dom and make the most out of your summer. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 1210 WPHT, FanDuel official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. You have to be 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Opt-in required. Wager requirements apply. Bonuses awarded as non-withdrawable bonus bets or profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including bonus expiration. See terms and conditions at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem, 1-800-GAMBLER.
Don't let them silence you. Follow 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it now.
All right, that's obviously the theme for 30 Rock. So that's the side question today, coming off Mulligan's over there in Wildwood. Hit us with that all-time favorite address or street, as Dan said, something of that genre. We just gave you a full list of them. All right, the number today is 281. So we're down to 281. That's all that separates Bucks County from going red. Now, will we get that before next Monday a week from today, when the Republican convention starts? That's going to be a little bit of a tough number. Might take another week. We'll check in with Scott Presler at some point and see how he feels about that. But again, it's 76 more improvement. Now the number is 281. It's incredible how this has happened in the ultimate swing county, Bucks County. Now, Newsom was there talking about, and Pat Poperick, the head of the Republican Party, making the comment, yeah, Bucks County, despite Doylestown, is a swing county, big time, and Bucks County is not California. That's what you're going to hear if it's Newsom, and Newsom hasn't been fully vetted yet, so we're going to see all that play out. By the way, I feel a lot, really, for the staff of Joe Biden. The idea that they felt just map where he would come into a room and how he would go to the podium. You know, it might be less is more. Just jump off the stage if you have to. What difference does it make? You know, I've seen this, Dan, that sometimes the handlers, I had an event. I won't say any details to give this away. And they're telling me, now you'll say this. And I just stop and say, look, you got to stop with this stuff, though. This has to be spontaneous and natural. They'll say, hello, good afternoon. You know what I mean? They actually wanted to say, good morning. Yeah, it's just, so Biden's.
Good afternoon.
There you go. If Biden's staff would be better served just to, well, who knows? Behind the scenes, maybe he cannot even know how to go to the podium. It's a little bit up in the air. That's why on Morning Joe, he did the scripted phone interview today. All right, 855-839-1210. You get on board. Speaking of deranged, this is Cut 11, Dan. Here is the NEA's Becky Pringle. Now, this is very much, if you remember the classic, Dwight Schrute was the salesman of the year. He had to give a speech. And he didn't know what he was going to do, so he lifted a speech from Mussolini.
It has been a lifetime struggle, a never-ending fight, I say to you, and you will understand that it is a privilege to fight. We are warriors!
Salesman of the world.
Pay attention, it's very close.
Yeah.
Salesmen of northeastern Pennsylvania, I ask you, once more rise and be worthy of this historical hour.
Now here's Becky Pringle, right? The head of the NEA, firing away. Here's her speech, the convention in town last week.
We can do this work. We must do this work. We get to do this work. We will do this work because our students are depending on us to win all the things. NEA, we have to win all the things. All the things. All the things. Our colleagues are depending on us to win all the things. Keep going, NEA. To preserve our democracy, we must win all the things. Delegates, we won't go back. We will keep going forward because we are the NEA. We are the NEA. We are the NEA. And that's what we do.
All right. Now, is there anything more insufferable than these...
Salesmen of northeastern Pennsylvania, I ask you, once more rise and be worthy of this historical hour.
Exactly. That was a great, particularly the build-up when he was nervous before he got the Mussolini speech going. But these insufferable NEA AFT parts. Becky Pringle is not as clever as Randy Weingarten as an operative here. But she's more delusional, more deranged. This is what they're about. That's why the gauntlet is thrown down with these teachers. They're out of control. She represents over 1 million, what is it, 1.5 million of these people dragooned into the NEA. Maybe more than that. And this is the big, what are the things? All the things. Did she watch The Office and she just heard all the things somewhere? It was out there for her? Wow.
Inviting Becky Pringle over to a Super Bowl party. Would you like a chicken dip? Would you like a bean dip? How about some guacamole, some queso?
All the things! All the things! All the things!
Why that strange construction? These are the frontline troops for Joe Biden. All right, are you with me, though? Joe must stick. And Mike Gibson on Twitter, no, Mike, we're not afraid of Kamala Harris. It's a simple point, though, about winning. And when you know that you have this crushed opponent in front of you, why would you want to reinvent the wheel and go through all this with someone else?
We have to win.
We want to stick with Joe here. Dan, I put it at 50-50 the other day, and the interview with George Stephanopoulos wasn't good, but several people said what I've been saying. It wasn't so horribly wretched as the debate, which is perfect. We don't want him out. You know, I know still people wishing, oh, we got to get him out of here. I can't take this anymore. We got to get Biden out. Oh, the country. Oh, stop it already. It's not about that.
Are depending on us to win all the things.
Dan, you haven't gotten Becky Pringle on yet. I just want to know, first question, what are all the things?
NEA, we have to win all the things. All the things. All the things. Our colleagues are depending on us.
All right. How embarrassing. Are they incapable of being embarrassed? I told you my experience. There are people that are these frustrated little Jimmy Hoffas or something, labor leaders, that can't wait to be the vice president of the union, the president of the union. They're not teachers. They spend all their time with this type of stuff. And she just happens to be the biggest example of that. Why do these unions always end up with this type of mentality? What is it that's implicit in the union? I know we don't vote with it. No, but you're giving them millions of dollars. You're the front lines for this. They're insufferable. This woman is deranged on top of everything else. She's a Philadelphia native, too.
That's what we do.
What is it that you do other than screw up America? All right, 855-839-1210. All right, let's take a couple calls. 855-839-1210. Some guest is coming up at the last minute here. Okay. We're going to talk to the Fitzgerald family because Larry Krasner is at it again in the most disturbing way. That's straight ahead. Let's talk about my, we'll wait on that. Just hold that, Dan. All right, 855-839-1210. That's how you get in.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free. With zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. hims.com/joy.
According to a study conducted by Atticus Law Firm, 40% of retirees were forced back into the workforce because they received a deceptive sales pitch from their broker. But there is one way to ensure that you don't become part of that statistic.
Tony Gambone and Denise Gambone, Royersford, Pennsylvania.
I know people that had to go back to work because they got bad investment advice from brokers. By recording our sessions, Crash Proof Retirement proves they're willing to put their money where their mouth is.
The recordings used by Crash Proof Retirement, it's just a natural extension of how Crash Proof is legally bound to do right for the consumer.
Guarantee legally binding transparency for your retirement future. Schedule an appointment or register for the next Crash Proof Retirement educational event at Downingtown Country Club on Tuesday, July 23rd. 800-722-9728 or crashproofretirement.com.
This July 4th, hear the boom of the fireworks, the sizzling of your grill, and the sigh of joy at the first sight of your brand new kitchen. Thanks to dynamite deals at Colonial Marble and Granite. Now get a sink and faucet gold package fully installed for $4.99 during our Independence Day sale. Save up to $700 on a package usually valued at $1,200. Visit any Colonial showroom to discover our dazzling variety of natural and engineered stone and take advantage of these deals. But hurry, while liberty is everlasting, our sale ends on July 8th. Restrictions apply. Visit colonialmarble.net for details.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com. Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Weather sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Heat advisory continues tomorrow until 8 o'clock in the evening. High of around 94, a mix of sun and clouds and even possible thunderstorm in the afternoon. Sunday, we'll get up to 93, a little bit less humid. On Monday, partly sunny, still hot, around 92.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, broadcasting from the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships
Don Giordano show, and it's amazing the good I think the Fitzgerald family is doing for all of us, despite the agony of losing their loved one. Marissa Fitzgerald is with us, the widow, of course, of the Sergeant Fitzgerald killed out at Temple University. Apparently, allegedly, because he's not been convicted of this by this punk. There's no doubt, buddy, you are a punk. From the suburbs, from Buckingham, of all places. So as we understand it, Wednesday is the deadline where Larry Krasner has to make it known whether he would go justly for the death penalty. And yet Ralph Cipriano, among others over the weekend, say that he's in negotiations with the alleged killer, and the penalty would not even be life in prison. Let that sink in. You remember this case, right? This guy playing like it's video games in his head and all the stuff he did. He wants to go to an urban campus to play this out. Remember that? And just the pain and the agony of a young man cut down in this manner. Beautiful family. Joining us is his widow, Marissa Fitzgerald, here on the Dom Giordano Show. Marissa, welcome back. How are things going at this point?
Hi, Dom. I mean, we're just trying to do the best that we can. We're just trying to fight as hard as we can in order to make sure that Christopher gets the right and correct justice that he deserves.
Without a doubt. So is Wednesday the deadline have you met with Larry Krasner?
We are supposed to find out something on the 10th. That is correct. We haven't met with him since the day that our parents and I went and spoke to him on why this monster deserves the death penalty. But after that, we have had no communication with Larry Krasner since.
Marissa, for listeners, just to fill them in, we have new people all the time. How old are your children?
Sorry.
That's okay.
Our oldest is going to be 15 in a couple of weeks. We have another son who is going to be 11 as well this month. Our youngest baby is 8, and she'll be 9 soon in a couple months as well. And we have a 12-year-old who will be 13.
Wow. So they all have a sense of this. They're not just trying to establish with you for listeners, Marissa, they're not real young children. They have knowledge of this, and they've had to somehow or another cope with it, along with you and the parents. How are the kids doing?
And what you stated is absolutely correct. All 4 of our babies know exactly what happened to their father, and they are struggling tremendously. We are a tight family unit, and Christopher adored and loved his children so much, and each one of them had their own special relationship with them. And when you wake up every day and you don't wake up to your dad either playing with you or singing with you or joking around with you or just having the house be filled with just laughter, it affects all of them in their own personal way. There are times where my youngest daughter cannot sleep. She has to sleep with me, and, I don't like sleeping in my room. And so it's been hard. My son, both of our sons are struggling. They get upset often, or they go and scroll through their old messages that, their dad used to send them, and listen to the voice messages. And they still text him to this day. I recently went through my son's phone, and he's constantly texting his dad, I wish you were here. I wish you would come back, Dad. Or when we go and visit him at the cemetery, he'll text him, we're on our way, Dad. We're on our way to see you. And when you see something like that, I don't understand how nobody can get their heart broken and just feel like torn to pieces. This should have not happened. And my family and I should not have to be going through this at all.
But the strength of your family, his parents, you, the kids, etc., and you are doing this. I just wanted to thank you because the Fitzgerald family due to what we've seen play out through all this has been so dignified, so flawless. You're doing it for everybody, though, that the only justice that is demanded here is the death penalty. And that would set some marker that helps others, that maybe we start to roll this back. So, Marissa,
Absolutely.
I've seen report from Ralph Cipriano, though, that Krasner may be talking with the people around this guy that it wouldn't even be life imprisonment. Have you heard that, or what have you heard?
We all read the article. I think that's disgusting. How can you see this case and this does us no good? How can you look at this case and not see that either this defendant, this monster, deserves the death penalty or life without the possibility of parole?
Yeah.
It's truly disgusting on how you can walk in there, or if you're even attempting to do a meeting and try to make a plea to a lesser charge.
Without a doubt. Well, at least I hope that you will talk with him again. I know that's got to be very difficult with Krasner, but certainly owes the family that to talk with you before he decides.
Absolutely. And we made it very clear that we weren't going down for a lesser charge. It's either you do death or you do life without parole.
Yeah, exactly right. Marissa, thank you. Thanks for coming on. Thank you very much. You're in our prayers and thoughts. And please, we'd love to talk with you again when you're ready, when all this shakes out.
Thank you, Dom, and thank you for always making sure our voice is heard. And we just want to let, the city of Philadelphia know that other families who are in this situation and what we're going through, that we're also there for them as well.
You are. Thank you, Marissa. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Marissa Fitzgerald, imagine that sort of situation. But Ralph Cipriano is very good. He's been on top of this. And there were rumors, and I wouldn't doubt it with Krasner. Well, he's only 18, the alleged killer, more than the alleged, given all the evidence that's out there. I will always be in favor of the death penalty. I don't care who's on the other side, what pope, what Josh Shapiro's entire family, it doesn't matter. That's the only penalty that should be exacted. Apparently, Krasner going through all kinds of hoops with, various laws. How can you put an 18-year-old in jail for life? Good. Well, then give him the death penalty. That'll solve that. Now it's not even life. Now, he's too young. Should have thought about that. So should have mom and dad out there in Buckingham. This is as callous. I didn't want to say it with Marissa. Thanks to Dan, too, because it's difficult to we need to hear the Fitzgeralds. But as I understand it, Officer Fitzgerald was shot by this defendant, and then the guy lingered over him and assassinated, shot him to death after the initial wounding. And even in a place like Philadelphia, as callous as it is with the mob to the other side. So, there are signs on occasion that Larry Krasner is trying to barely inch somewhat toward rationality. Not on this. You heard what Marissa just said. He hasn't met with them again yet. Wednesday, I believe, is the date that this is supposed to happen. So, Krasner is not going to go. Now, let's review all the elements that the left uses here. There's incontrovertible evidence that this guy killed him, okay? The racial angle certainly doesn't play out here. Chris Fitzgerald was African-American. This guy's white from the suburbs. So what is it? Well, they're just not going to do the death penalty no matter what the circumstance is ever. They're ideologically against it. They're pro-criminal. And once you take away the death penalty, you have to understand this as a possibility. Then life imprisonment gets bargained down to maybe 30 years or something. Oh, Dom, you can't put an 18-year-old in jail forever. I have no feeling. I don't care what the excuse is. Just go around with the Fitzgerald family a little bit. Just be with that 15-year-old son. Well, that's not going to bring him back. I'm so tired of year after year after year hearing the same thing around us. It's ridiculous. All right, so we'll count down. Thanks to Ralph Cipriano for bringing this up, that it appears that it may not even be. Dan? Yeah.
I've been looking through Krasner's press conference today, and it seems reporters are more concerned about, even though this is happening on Wednesday,
right,
more concerned about asking Krasner about what he's going to do about Sherelle Parker's decision to make city employees come into work.
But no, that's these clowns in the media, more clowning. Well, Dan, you know what he does, though, too? It was some carjacking thing today, right?
Yep, that's exactly what
he brings the victims up there. Then he says it wouldn't be fair to talk about another case with the victims here. How does the media just submit to this guy? Well, I know how, because if you don't get any access at all. He is a monster. He definitely is. There is no doubt about it. So his argument is, well, we're here to talk about this today. What are you going to do with your employees coming back to work? If you can't answer questions about how much more public could this be? How much more heart-wrenching could this be? It is as obvious as it gets. But they count on the fact that we move on.
We are following that closely, even though this is an independent elected office, we generally do the same things as other city workers. Obviously, it's a little complicated here because there is a new lawsuit filed by one of the unions, a union that works in this office, that is seeking a different arrangement. So what I can tell you is that we intend to be aligned with the city's
Can you
policy.
imagine this corrupt, stupid media, right? I know it's got to be hard. I know some of these people. Their organization has to back them up and say, Mr. Krasner, this is a matter of the highest order here, but this is as public as it gets. We'd like to know your consideration around this. What goes into this? What are the elements that you're thinking about? You can say, I haven't reached my decision yet. Well, give us the elements that you're looking at here. The public has no right to. We're supposed to forget about this because that's what they do. They have gotten rid of the death penalty. They have effectively gotten rid of it. Clowns like Josh Shapiro, Mr. Vice President, one of the leaders. Dan, you had something else?
Just a side note before we go to break.
Yeah.
There's a person that asked the question in the press conference today. Is it Tommy McDonald? Was he there asking questions? Does he do that sometimes?
He might, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think he
does. And it was
does,
a good question, and
yeah.
he had a back and forth with Larry. I have it here. You want to hear it?
Oh, yeah.
Here you go.
All right. Is Tom McDonald here? Tom.
Trying to get a good picture.
Are there any other Are you a deer hunter? Because I got to tell you, it's got to be at least the second or third time that you were in a deer stand and I couldn't see you. But it's nice to see you, Tom.
Are there any other disadvantaged communities you are seeing similar patterns?
In terms of carjacking? Or just violent crime? I will speak generally to it, but I would also invite anyone else who has information on this topic to jump in. We have for a very long time seen a pattern of victimization of undocumented people who were either
that's it, Dan. Stop it. Yeah, undocumented. Here illegally. Go to hell. I mean, come on. God, undocumented people. What kind of mindset? Look, and I know the media's got to. Look, the media needs access to this guy. They're running news organizations and all. But I think they got to band together. His arrogance, the whole thing of having women stand up there, one with a walker for hours. He sits in a chair and drinks coffee. This is the biggest creep.
Can we bring people back to that? That was hilarious.
Yeah, Krasnerland, yeah.
You can't see it, but visually what he has is he has these little squares in which people are forced to stand on. And one time, there was a person that was standing with a walker next to a chair, and we expected that chair was for that person in the walker, had their legs get tired for them to sit down. But no, it's after, whenever Larry would send someone else to answer questions, he would go and sit in the chair next to the person standing up, forced to stand next to him with a walker.
Now, let me make a point about the media, too, Dan. There's 100 of them, 200 of them out there. They don't judge this to be significant news, giving a heads up to their readers, et cetera, right? That on Wednesday, Krasner has to decide whether it's a death penalty or not. Thank God for independent reporter Ralph Cipriano, because this is a major story. Just think of it's ripped from a movie. This clown from the suburbs gunning down an African-American sergeant with these kids, beautiful white family, the Fitzgeralds, at Temple. And the bottom line is assassinating him. He wounds him, then stands over him, according to, hasn't been judged in court, and then kills him. And Krasner thinks, well, 18, he shouldn't be in jail for life. That's his first thought. Think of the human tragedy. Stop it already with this phoniness. Then the argument, well, that's not going to bring it back. What stops this is deterrence, does it not? Are we a better society if he's in jail? If you don't believe in the death penalty, okay. We're a better society if he's put to death within the next year, I believe, and thousands of people across the country this afternoon that deserve the death penalty. We'd be a better country. But okay, life imprisonment without parole. Oh, but he's only 18. It's endless. How do you get that kind of warped view of the world? Well, he evades people like the Fitzgeralds. Maybe you'll see them again before he tells them the decision. He's probably mustering his nerve, this coward, to tell them, no, I'm not going for the death penalty. Because what's the reason? I guess the reason is he's only 18. I wonder if he'll spell that out to people. 855-839-1210. What other reason? It's not racial. We know who did it. There's ample footage. What more do you need? Well, he's insane. No, buddy. I know the law. All you need is to know the difference between right and wrong in this. And you wound someone, then stand over and kill them. You know what you're doing. This isn't a nanosecond. All right, I've told you for years about my friend, dentist and board-certified prosthodontist extraordinaire. That's Dr. Robert Bentz and the Bentz Dental Group. Now, fear and anxiety, first of all, let's get rid of that because you're not going to have that with Dr. Bentz. Sometimes it could be severe. I had a woman, I told the story many times, 8 years. 8 years hadn't gone to a dentist. Listen to me, thank God. Drives all the way from Ocean City, regular patient now of Dr. Bentz. And if you have just the usual run-of-the-mill stuff, boy, the care is so good. I had a permanent tooth put in about a month or so ago. And just the first-time fit, yes, that fits perfectly. All right, everybody, good night. It was like George Costanza. Let's get out of here. None of that chomp, dying. We're out of here. Well, that's Dr. Bentz, his staff, and that 3D printer makes so precisely. It's the Bentz Dental Group. You find them at bentzdentalgroup.com or call them for that appointment today, 610-272-6949. Visit bentzdentalgroup.com. Tell them Dom sent you, 610-272-6949.
Congressman Byron Donalds, the man himself. Any comments on Biden's executive action on the border?
The man is gaslighting the American people. The reason Joe Biden is doing this is because his poll numbers suck. Let's just call it exactly what it is. Don't mince words. His poll numbers suck because he sucks as a president. He's terrible, and he's got to do a fig leaf of reversing course. And that's what this mess is today. America, do not be confused by this charade and this sham.
Rich Cioli, weekday afternoons, 3 to 7. Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and on the free Odyssey app.
Is arthritic joint pain keeping you from doing the things you love? Dawn Stensland here. I'm talking about bone-on-bone pain in your knees, hips, back, or shoulder. There are exciting new cellular therapies that can get you lasting relief. QC Kinetics is helping patients like you every day. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine, and I'm talking cutting-edge treatments which accelerate your own body's healing properties, revitalizing your joints so you can move again. They've helped so many people here and tens of thousands more across the country. So if you're living with chronic joint pain from arthritis or injury, you need to know steroids and surgery and pain pills are no longer your only option. Learn how QC Kinetics can treat the pain, enhance your joints, restore your mobility. No downtime. This is the future of medicine. Call for a free consultation, 215-999-3000, 215-999-3000, 215-999-3000. Tell them Dawn sent you.
Why shop at Gerhardt's Appliances? Since 1945, we've been the local appliance store known for our package deals, exclusive rebates, and personalized customer service. We have laundry pairs starting at $8.99, 4-piece stainless steel kitchen packages from $14.99, and free local shipping over $3.99. We service what we sell. We give back to our community and yours. So shop small and save big. Gerhardt's Appliances, the heart of Philly's kitchens for over 75 years.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-403-1050. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset that has stood the test of time. Gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process, ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-403-1050. That's 1-888-403-1050. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-403-1050.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
See Joe Conklin with the City Rhythm Orchestra at the Ocean City Music Pier in Ocean City, New Jersey.
The satire on all of the Eagles and the Phillies, oh my goodness, it was just too hilarious.
His daughter's amazingly a great singer, but I didn't know everybody in the family was that good of a singer. I mean, I absolutely loved it.
Just the mix of the comedy and the singing, you never knew which way they were going to go with it.
That's Conklin with City Rhythm at the Ocean City Music Pier in Ocean City, New Jersey on Saturday, July 13th. For tickets, go to joeconklin.com. joeconklin.com!
Homeowners, improve your family's comfort with a Bradford White water heater and enjoy all the hot water your household needs. All day, every day. With Bradford White, you get more than just a water heater. You get our commitment to quality and reliability that you can trust. How you heat your water matters, so don't compromise when it comes to your home or your hot water. Bradford White water heaters are built to be the best because your home deserves it. Visit BradfordWhite.com to learn more and find an installation pro near you.
When you haven't found love, it can feel like everyone else has. It's in every movie, every song, and all the PDA. Looking for love sucks. Thankfully, California Psychics can give you the guidance you need to find the one. We guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. And new customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. Visit CaliforniaPsychics.com and experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
You can host the best backyard barbecue when you find a professional on Angie to make your backyard the best around. Connect with skilled professionals to get all your home projects done well. Inside to outside, repairs to renovations. Get started on the Angie app or visit Angie.com today. You can do this when you Angie that.
Calling on Blackwood to follow 1210 WPHT on the free Odyssey app. Download it now.
All right, Tom Giordano show. Big 1 o'clock hour coming up. A couple of things that are breaking. Charlie Gasparino, who's been on the show a number of times from Fox News, taking a lot of heat. His column in the New York Post on Sunday, America may soon be subjected to the country's first DEI president. And Democrats are probably going to win on this because of the Senate. But are they really winning? They're blocking an attempt in the House against a bill that would require that voters prove citizenship.
We must win all the things.
That's all the things. You don't have to be a citizen to vote here. Big 1 o'clock hour. Don't forget the side question, too, on Talk Radio 1210.
Couldn't conquer the blue sky.
Over the summer, get a jump on the new school year for your child. Special tutoring and custom instruction is available from METC, the Motivational Educational Tutoring Company. Now's the time to call Kathy Ganna and make the most of these summer months and get a plan in place for your student this fall. Call the Motivational Educational Tutoring Company. For over 30 years, METC's tutoring studio, founded by educator Kathy Ganna, has helped people of all ages grow personally and academically. Call Kathy today at 215-493-4200. METC offers motivational SAT prep as well as academic skills and leadership training. Call 215-493-4200. Visit online at METC.com. Call METC's tutoring studio today at 215-493-4200 or email Kathy directly at info@metc.com. Remember, 1210 listeners receive a free 1-hour consultation. Take advantage of this opportunity to help your child get one-on-one help. Call 215-493-4200.
Two legends, one can. Jack and Coke, the #1 cocktail in the world, is now available in a can. Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey mixed with Coca-Cola or Coca-Cola Zero Sugar are available in a can. Is there any better time than summer grilling season for a cold Jack and Coke? Jack and Coke in a can. Born for the backyard. Available at your local PA Fine Wine and Good Spirits store. Go to finewineandgoodspirits.com. Please drink responsibly.
Whiskey Specialty, 7% ABV. Jack Daniel Distillery, Lynchburg, Tennessee. Jack Daniels and Old No. 7 are registered trademarks of Jack Daniels Properties, Inc. Coca-Cola is a trademark of the Coca-Cola Company.
Dawn Stensland here. Summer kicks off road trip season for many of us, but do you really know if your vehicle is road trip ready? My friends at Piazza Premium Automobiles are going to help you make sure you and your family are safe on the roads. The service centers of the Piazza Premium dealers not only handle your regular maintenance needs, but also diagnose possible issues before they can happen. Schedule a service appointment online today. PiazzaPremiumAutomobiles.com for that dealer nearest you. Tell them Dawn sent you.
Ad paid for by AG Marketing Group. Attention timeshare owners. If you need to get rid of your timeshare for any reason, please listen to the following message. Getting out of a timeshare commitment is not easy, and it takes time. But we specialize in helping consumers legally get rid of their expensive timeshares forever. Can't get the vacation dates that work for you? Maybe you felt taken advantage of or forced into the timeshare? Maybe you just can't continue to shoulder those monthly payments any longer. If you need to eliminate your timeshare commitment, then you need to take down this number, 800-866-7061. We will safely and legally get rid of your timeshare payments forever, all with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't continue to let your timeshare be a financial burden to you and your loved ones. Call us now at 800-866-7061. The call is free, the consultation is free. Call 800-866-7061. That's 800-866-7061. Again, 800-866-7061.
Philadelphia's Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3, Philadelphia. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Always live on the free Odyssey app. It's Dom time. Now, Dom Giordano.
Mr. President, it is so hard to follow you, and then you put me behind Senator Fetterman? Are you kidding me?
Yes, that's a dean of decency. Oh, man, when sycophancy was handed out, they're just
Decency.
shameless. Oh, God. That's Congresswoman Pothole.
Oh my God, really? Oh my gosh, you know. Oh.
Based on the Dom Giordano show. All right, here's the plan. And these are big-time Democrat operatives. I'm not making this up. Rosa Brooks, law professor who served in Obama, Clinton administrations and Biden campaign. Ted Dinnersmith, venture capitalist, education guy who has donated to various Democrat campaigns. Here's what they want. They've been floating it, and they seem to think, oh, yeah, that's a ticket.
Let's invite Fred Lunchsmith on the show.
Yes, that if Biden would drop out, they suggest a blitz primary, which will involve, well, I guess it would be 5 or 6 weeks they would have to the start of the convention.
Would be fun.
And each week there would be weekly forums with each candidate. They would limit it to 6 somehow or another. Listen to the moderators, Dan, to help people determine whether this is the best candidate or not. Michelle Obama, okay, you can see that. Oprah, And here's the third week who you would get. Taylor Swift.
Hey!
Oh, my God.
Today's host, Taylor Swift.
Picture Taylor Swift sitting down with Kamala Harris talking.
This would be great.
Yeah, well, if it were an hour, and you do it with each candidate, I'm sure.
Can we put them all behind a curtain and just make them like a shadow figure, and we don't see who they are? Right. They just have to talk.
99% of it's going to be about abortion anyhow. So let's just take the transcript. Can you imagine Taylor Swift being the moderator of a blitz primary?
Which song of mine do you like the most?
Yeah, there you go. What do you think of Travis Kelce? These are the ideas they're putting out there. So I know it seems like they would be in disarray, but they're in bigger disarray. Each day it stays like this, where it's 50-50 if Biden should go or not. I'd put it a little bit higher that he won't go, slightly. Each day this goes on is another lost day. Now, Trump, I just saw on Mediaite, has played golf the last 9 days. That's good. Why the heck does he have to go on Hannity tonight? I mean, there's no good that's going to be gained by this.
Can we get Becky Pringle to be a moderator?
All the things! All the things!
I got to put Becky Pringle ahead of Tom Jones that I'd like to have on the show.
Wow, that's a...
Oh, my God. Well, it would be such fun to open up the mic and... okay.
No, this is for you, Dom. It's Tom Jones is falling down the list of wanted
that's right.
guests.
Yes, well... I would just shut up. You wouldn't even hear breathing when Betsy Pringle got started, just to...
Our colleagues are depending on us to win all the things. Keep going, NEA. To preserve our democracy, we must win all the things. Delegates, we won't go back. We will keep going forward because we are the NEA.
Yeah, it's no, I don't need any impressions. That might be a little dangerous here. But Betsy Pringle doing it herself. This is the head of the NEA, and that's just fresh. That's just recently, last week, their convention here. All right.
What's a comment on YouTube, though? YouTube.com/@1210WPHT. Go like and subscribe. One commenter says, to be fair, she does make a great chip.
That's true.
Pringles are fantastic.
The Pringles are very good.
Yeah.
So we have Susan Wild saying, let me play you what she said. She's part of the squad. She's like the lowest ranked member of the squad, that woman from Massachusetts, Presley. She's here. She's blonde. She's from Lehigh Valley, and she is in a swing district. Here is Congresswoman Susan Wild over the weekend trying to say she is just trying to express the same concerns as the average American. That would be cut 18.
Tonight, ABC News obtained a statement from Representative Wild. She said she is expressing the same concerns that Americans across the country are grappling with about President Biden's electability. Wild voiced these concerns during a House leadership call. In that call, at least 4 others called on Biden to step aside.
The people most afraid, of course, are in these swing districts. So Biden goes on this morning, Morning Joe and Mika, and reads from a script, or at least tries to. It was not a visual interview. It was by phone. And the reason is, obviously, he can't even get through that. He got through one, sort of, with George Stephanopoulos. They don't want to do more of those. So how does he stick? Surprisingly, maybe, the people fighting the hardest, by all accounts, and I say it, is the Congressional Black Caucus, black representatives, and they're trying to say it's about whites that are elitist here. It's you got to love this, though. You have to understand this, and I understand their pain. It's a bunch of these smarter-than-the-room, progressive, white people, in this case, versus what they see as the core voters of the Democrat Party, black voters. And I also think they want Kamala Harris ultimately, but they know she can't win. Here's the elitist cut one more time.
The American public is not going to move away from me as an average voter. And again, I'm here for 2 reasons, pal. One, to rebuild the economy for hardworking middle-class people.
How's that going?
Everybody a shot. Just a straight shot. Everybody gets a fair chance, number one. Number two, remember all this talk about how I don't have the black support? Come on, give me a break. Come with me. Watch. I'm getting so frustrated by the elites. Now, I'm not talking about you guys, but about the elites in the party who they know so much more. But if any of these guys don't think I should run against me, go ahead, announce for president. Challenge me in the convention.
Take that, David Axelrod and others. So I know that I think smarter than the room types just instantly say, oh, this has been coming all along. He's going to drop out. They're forcing him. I think it's 50-50. And I think black support is the issue here. Why would they not support Kamala Harris? And it's an identity party. Well, I think they think she can't win straight up. But Biden is going to be taken out somehow or another in the second term, either death or somebody. That don't underestimate Jill Biden. You put her in there in the end. How are you going to take her out? How are you going to take Hunter Biden out of there? So I hope you're seeing it over the weekend. I think it's in our interest that Joe Biden stay right there. Yeah, the country, Dom. Well, you know what? Long term, the country's going to be saved if we stop these maniacs. So for 4 months, whatever it is, we're going to have to put up with it. But I am glad until I hear this Hannity interview. God, don't do it. That Trump and Laura Trump has shown her smarts on this. They're not running a lot of clips of the act. Why are they not running clips of Biden and the debate? Because the point has been made. You got the point now. You have the known. When you have the known, when I know what's there and how bad it is, that's all I want. I don't want to experiment with any of these other people. Not that I think Kamala Harris can beat Trump or Kamala Harris can get away with it. But it's not about that. When you have an almost lock, you don't fool around with it. So they're smart. They're not running ad after ad after ad. In fact, you see more ads where they're trying to take Kamala Harris on here. That's smart. Every day, every second that goes by with this back and forth inside the Democrat Party, that's the road to victory. There is no doubt about it. The longer he stays, the better it is. All the way through the election. 855-839-1210, you get on board. I mean, selfishly, if it were Kamala Harris, I think she would pick Josh Shapiro. And I'd like nothing better than to beat her and him, and particularly win Pennsylvania. But I'd rather go, it's too important, with the sure thing. Joe Biden is not coming back from this debate. The more we learn about the Parkinson's, and the more they lie about it, expert coming to the White House, it appears to be double-figure times. He really can't still extend anything. If you saw some of the still shots of him at the black church over in Mount Airy yesterday, he keeps on looking directly to where his aides are. So they'll give him signals. It's like the quarterback waiting for the play. Stand up. The preacher said stand up, and Biden just stood there. And they're going,
Now in college, they have like the fours divided by 4 with the big pictures.
Yes.
We're going to start seeing those soon, I think.
It is, it's remarkable. So Joe's got to stay is my stance. All right, 855-839-1210. You got the side question today. Hit us with that all-time address. Coming off the fun we had talking about Mulligan's and 310 West Hildreth Avenue. Charlie Gasparino, when we have him on, he's mildly conservative, but he's a business guy. He's one of the Fox Business biggest guys, Wall Street and all that. He's got a new book out. It'll be coming out. We should get him on, Dan. So I'm not sure of the date when it comes out. The premise of the book is that Wall Street, for example, which he really knows, is moving away from DEI. They're moving away internally. They see what happened to Bud Light. They're moving in branding and advertising. They may not attack it, but they're moving away from it. So he writes a column, though, saying how when the country is moving away, like Wall Street, business interest, branding, from DEI, how in the world could we get the first DEI president? That would be Kamala Harris. I'll be blunt, too. There's a lot of questions about how she made her way through California politics with the African-American Speaker of the House who was really powerful, Montel Williams, and a slew of other guys. An interesting development. I don't think the media would ever ask about that. And then she just progressed up the ladder, not based upon any accomplishment that we can see, including border czar and things of that nature. But she would be the first DEI president without a vote. Well, if she won against Trump, she would have votes cast for her. But if she gets into the second term, waiting for Biden to be removed, the first DEI president. And apparently, this is a heated thing that the New York Post would present this. But what else would you call it? That's exactly right. Okay, coming up, I want to get into the Democrats. Here we go again. This is like voter ID. They're dead set against this House bill, and they'll probably defeat it in the Senate, that would say, hey, if you want to vote, you have to prove your citizenship. Their argument is, you know how hard it is to prove your citizenship? Now, if Republicans were smart, they would broaden this out greatly. What would be a proof of citizenship to make it easy that you could do it if you actually are a citizen? Because there are in the swing states umpteen people who I believe are on the voter rolls, Joe Frazier's still on there, for example, who are not citizens and may vote. And in a close swing state, there might be enough to make a pretty significant difference. But politically, this is a good thing, too. All right, let me take one off the board here. Let's go to Joe in Columbus, New Jersey. Hey, Joe, good afternoon.
Hey, Dom, how are you?
Good.
Dom, if I hear Sean Hannity talk about Krav Maga one more time, I can't watch anymore. So, yeah, you're right.
Well, not only that, tell me, anybody, what's the good of it? We know where Trump stands. Stay out of it. Let them self-destruct. When someone's self-destructing, just stay out of it.
And Hannity's the kind of guy that could trigger him. You're absolutely right.
Right.
Yeah, stay away. Just stay away. I don't need to hear about, Sean Hannity's legacy anymore. But what I wanted to say was, how many of these liberal elites do they got to ram down our throat before we realize, the voting public realizes, that we are not the preferred class? They keep throwing, like you said, with the moderators. I don't care about those people, and none of us should.
Well, imagine these people are insiders, Joe. I mean, their credentials are impeccable, and they're pitching, let's decide by having Taylor Swift interview people. Oh, my God.
No way. No way. And, sing your music, like dribble your basketballs. You're going to take her away from a multi-million-dollar tour to put her 2 cents worth in and her slant? No.
How long do they have, Dom? 8 weeks?
What's the over and under on endorsement? By 6 weeks, I think. Well, maybe is it 7?
I think 8 weeks is the amount of time it takes for American Idol. They can do like a full audition process and then filter it down, do a Hollywood week.
Be. Yeah.
Oh my God, that'll be a human interest story in itself. On who they're picking.
All right, Joe. What's your address?
I changed. Main Street, USA.
That's good. Oh yeah, that is a definite place in mind. Main Street, USA. Can't do better than that. Everybody wants to reach Main Street. All right, 855-839-1210. Yeah, don't do the Hannity interview. Anybody give me an ups? Oh, we want to hear more Trump. Don't do any rallies for a while now. Point's already been made. I know it's fun. There'll be plenty of time to do that. The focus is on Biden now. You don't want to give them a sliver of taking it off Biden. All right, I think we're going to be joined by Martina White, Dan, at some point here. Yep, coming up. State Representative Martina with us. I know they're in session. We appreciate it. Josh Shapiro making national news. Are we going to get school choice of some sort? Vouchers, some sort. She's next on Talk Radio 1210.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Small business owners, we know finishing your to-do list can feel like climbing a mountain, but that mountain is also covered in banana peels. Then when something new gets added to your list, you're like, nope, I'm already climbing this huge, super slippery banana peel mountain of a to-do list. At Progressive, we don't want to make your day any harder. That's why we make it easy to manage your policy on our mobile app, so climbing that banana peel mountain feels more like a leisurely stroll. See if you can save on commercial auto insurance in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? Do it today at 1210 WPHT.
You know the thing. Go, you know the thing.
Depending on us to win all the things. Keep going, NEA. To preserve our democracy, we must win all the things.
Well, would school choice, vouchers, parental rights be one of those things? Dom Giordano's show with us, the State Representative Martina White in Harrisburg. They're in session. They're only like a week behind already on the budget. And Josh Shapiro, more than ever, is in the center of the world, could be the VP pick. Has said he favors all God's children. Remember that line? Parents making a decision about best schooling for their kids. Let's go to State Representative Martina White. Martina, that was the head of the NEA, if you hadn't heard that. And
we are the NEA! We are the NEA! And that's what we do!
All right, that is a formidable other side here. Why do we need vouchers or anything like that?
I actually did hear that, Dom, and I was blown away by it as their own membership continues to protest them. It's very ironic in that way. I think there was also something that Randy Weingarten had tweeted or something, and it said tonight's sunset, and she misspelled tonight. So, you know, it's just, you really have to wonder where the priorities are when it comes to the individuals that are running those organizations. It's certainly not our students, as we've seen the outcomes locally in Philadelphia. Only 36% of third graders are at like reading grade level. I think 27% or so can do math. It's something else. And that's why I've been a strong voice for our families, getting the opportunity to choose what school is best for their child. These school choice scholarships, the Lifeline Scholarship proposal that I've put out, is just a wonderful opportunity to be able to help those families get out of these tough situations when it comes to getting their kid a better quality education.
So is big picture on this that Shapiro and, of course, Democrats in the House where you are, they can't wait to get on so-called rainy day fund, the $14 billion, whatever it is, and spend billions. You'd have to put up with that, but I would have to say if that's the bargain and we actually get vouchers, school choice, because it'll be revolutionary, I'd be tempted to say I'd bite the bullet and have to do it. Is that what the battle, or are they the sides on this?
Yeah, I think the battle for this budget is a few different items. It's education, it's transportation funding, it's various tax credit proposals, but ultimately, I think the critical point that can be a game changer for Pennsylvania and its future is the school choice initiative. And, you know, last year we saw the governor kind of reneged on the proposal, and the Senate was very upset. this year. They are very strong on the issue, and I'm very hopeful as this week progresses that they can come to some sort of a conclusion and what I believe would be the inevitable result being a school choice scholarship plan that can help kids.
Now, with Shapiro, Martina, just in a political sense, I could make the argument it hurts him because, nationally, the progressives, Democrat Party, going to be very tough with a guy who actually does the right thing here on this. On the other hand, it would put him on the map. It lets him masquerade as a moderate, which he's very skillful at. I don't know how, because he's not moderate to me, and I think you see the inner workings. He's hardly a moderate. So which way is Harrisburg thinking Shapiro goes on this?
Me personally, I think that I just think he backs out. I don't think he has the willpower or the political clout to pull it off. I think he has failed previously. He hasn't worked real hard, to be honest, on trying to get it done. He certainly goes publicly and says, oh, yeah, I'm for it. But then behind the scenes, he doesn't do much to advocate for it. It's primarily the Senate Republicans who've been an advocate for the school choice initiative. And he gets to know behind the scenes that, it's a very difficult thing to get done. And he's leaving the House Democrats to take the heat on it while he gets to go publicly and say, oh, well, I'm still for it and be the nice guy, right? But the reality is he toes the line on a lot of issues, just like this one. And I think that during budget negotiations, it's, just one of those top priorities for the Senate Republicans that they're not going to give up on. And for him to, he really needs to step up if he's going to get a budget done, within the week. So I'm hopeful, but I don't trust him, and I don't think the Senate should either.
Would he veto it?
That's a great question. I suspect if he got enough national pressure, he probably would. He would just claim it's not the proposal that he's agreeable to and not meeting his criteria and all that kind of baloney. But, that's just how I see him. I'd like to think of him to be a better, leader than that. But from everything I've seen so far, it's just leads me to believe that that'll be the case.
Martina, while we have you here, too, I know you're in Harrisburg, but you're plugged into this. We had Marissa Fitzgerald on earlier, the widow of Sergeant Chris Fitzgerald. And it seems, according to various sources, that Krasner has to decide by Wednesday on the death penalty in this case. And there are reports that he wouldn't even go for life without parole for the alleged killer.
Yeah, Krasner is just the same old, right? I mean, he still doesn't prosecute criminals to the fullest extent that the law allows and what he can prove with the information that he has. And this poor family, they just deserve better. I'm so tired of hearing the stories about how Krasner's impacting law-abiding citizens, officers on our street, and sadly victims of crime and their families. They deserve so much better than what he does.
Bottom line, then, this week critical, you're thinking, to get this done.
Yeah, I mean, this is it. So I think that we have put forward a lot of effort into the advocacy on a variety of issues, and whether it be transportation funding in terms of mass transit across the Commonwealth, or like I said, Lifeline scholarships and school choice initiatives. I mean, at one point, the governor had said publicly again that he could be for a tax credit. And if you remember last year, Dom, the House Democrats passed a child care tax credit, right?
Right.
To help families pay for a variety of needs in that regard. But they won't expand it to education, right? So a tax credit that we are proposing that could give families $8,000 back if they pay for private school, that is a proposal that was brought forward as well in the Senate recently. To help accommodate the governor, to give him a different option that he had even himself said he would support, but then he goes and says to the public again, oh, I'm not for that. So, it's just it's tough. Budget negotiations are tough, especially when you have a tightly divided legislative body. And that's why I think the governor, he's really got to step up his game, and he's got to get to the table and really negotiate properly to do what's right for Pennsylvania, especially with all the national attention he's getting.
Martina, thank you, and thanks. This is so much. You've been a force for this. It would make such a difference, and it would open the floodgates. I mean, it would just play into parental rights as the issue here, letting them go from some of these public schools that are just not going to be good. So thank you, Martina, and hope to talk with you later in the week.
All right, sounds good, Dom. Look forward to it as well. Bye.
State Representative Martina White here on Talk Radio 1210. So up in the air. And Josh Shapiro, you know, he may be waiting to think how this plays out. I'm sure he's calculating that. If it looks like he thinks he's going to be the VP choice, then he might even have to veto it because he's going to blow out of Pennsylvania. What does he care then? He's not a moderate. He's not a moderate. He's not a moderate. And he's a menace. All right. Now, he got the good fortune to run against Doug Mastriano, the all-time dope. But we'll see how it plays out if he is the VP choice. By the way, this just in. Dan, not a fan, I understand, but Amber Rose, if you've ever seen Amber Rose, I don't know who I would liken her to. There's probably nobody else, is going to speak at the Republican National Convention. Prominent African-American influencer, model, reality TV, that sort of thing. And it said she was involved with Kanye West. I thought it was Kim Kardashian when I saw the headline, Dan.
Oh, no, he was.
Okay.
Was.
Man, Kanye West.
Yeah.
God, the woman he's with now, oh, my goodness. It's hard to believe. So I don't know if Kanye West will speak at the RNC. It's going to be a heck of a convention, though. All right, phone lines are 855-839-1210. You can give me that reaction to this. This would be revolutionary if we actually saw some form of voucher school choice. They can't give in and give him billions more dollars unless we get that. So we have to, they have this rainy day fund, $14 billion. I don't like it, but if we had to give an extra billion or so and we broke through with that, it would be well worth it. What would that do? It would further show the big lie about big city public schools and many public schools in general. They're not working and they're not going to work. Maniacs like the head of the NEA that we played you, Becky Pringle, talking about all the things we have to win.
All the things! All the things!
Picture this woman is now the AFT is not as prominent, not as many members. It's the NEA is the biggie. Randy Weingarten, though, misspelling tonight on her Twitter.
Ouch.
Oh, God. Oh, goodness. She's more influential, though. She's more cunning in the stuff she did during COVID. But the big guy on the block is the NEA. Just like here, it's the NJEA. And they're running one of their guys for governor, Dan, but we haven't talked about that. And spending all that money to back him on the Democrat side. All right, 855-839-1210. That's how we get you in here. Hey, get ready for a gift from Rescue Natural Supplements. It's their Christmas in July sale. That's right. The season of giving is making a summer comeback with huge savings. That means all health supplements will be slashed up to 50, 60, even 70% off site-wide. Treat yourself with savings on heart-healthy omega-3s, pain-relieving anti-inflammatories, natural immunity boosters, and a lot more. To order, call 800-26-ALIVE, 800-262-5483, and speak to a rescue product consultant or shop online. res-q.com, res-q.com. Again, don't miss Rescue's Christmas in July sale. Shop savings of up to 70% off all natural solutions for your highs and lows, from high blood pressure or cholesterol to low energy or testosterone. Rescue has got you covered. So hurry on over, unwrap the joy of a healthier you at res-q.com. Do it today.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
For more expert appliance shopping advice, here's National Appliance Warehouse's own appliance guru.
Hello, let's talk premium. These are top-of-the-line appliances that dream kitchens are made of. If you're planning an investment like this in your home, where you buy is as important as what you buy. At National Appliance Warehouse, we're committed to delivering the superior buying experience you deserve. Our showroom features beautifully displayed premium appliances of every major brand, including highly sought-after Sub-Zero, Wolf, and Cove. Our team of gurus is well-versed at guiding you as you navigate the same appliances you'd find in the most magnificent homes and kitchens of cooking enthusiasts. And the National Appliance Warehouse team has the expertise to properly deliver and install your stunning new appliances.
The amazing 4th of July mega sale is underway at National Appliance Warehouse. Purchase a qualifying Sub-Zero, Wolf, and Cove appliance package and choose 3 years of additional warranty or a rebate up to $2,500. Click nationalappliancewarehouse.com or visit their showroom in tax-free Wilmington today.
Tune in to Crash Proof Retirement Show, Saturdays at 11 a.m. to hear Phil Cannella and Joanne Small. The Crash Proof Retirement Show, Saturday mornings at 11 on Talk Radio 1210.
July is the month to save big. With financing as low as 0% for up to 84 months. Come to TurnersvilleJeep.com and get an incredible 0% APR for up to 84 months on select models. Or make no payments for 90 days. TurnersvilleJeep.com has over 450 vehicles available for immediate delivery. The ride you want is what we've got. So drive a little, save a lot. TurnersvilleJeep.com, your premier tri-state Jeep, Ram, Dodge, Chrysler, and Wagoneer dealer.
Every so often in medicine, something comes along that is truly revolutionary.
Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, former orthopedic surgeon, now National Medical Director at QC Kinetics.
I believe this is one of those things.
Dr. Scheinkup is talking about regenerative medicine, something he's practiced, researched, and written about for nearly 2 decades.
The old ways of dealing with joint pain, such as steroids and surgery, are no longer the best ways.
If you have pain from arthritis or injury, you owe it to yourself to learn more about this exciting option, using your own body's natural power to get lasting relief. And there's no better place to learn than QC Kinetics.
There is no one in this country today with more clinics, more satisfied patients, more advanced protocols, or more experience in using this exciting option to deliver life-changing results.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 215-999-3000. That's 215-999-3000. 215-999-3000.
Weather sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Heat advisory continues tomorrow until 8 o'clock in the evening. High of around 94, a mix of sun and clouds and even possible thunderstorm in the afternoon. Sunday, we'll get up to 93, a little bit less humid. On Monday, partly sunny, still hot, around 92.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Broadcasting live from the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and on the free Odyssey app.
All right, Dom Giordano's show. You know, we're only a week away. Well, who knows with President Trump when he might do this. With the winner of the reality show, Do You Want to Be My VP? And by every account, now, you know, we know that Trump's a wild card, but coming out of this, that would be remarkable. It's Rubio, Burgum, or J.D. Vance. And watching J.D. Vance yesterday duke it out on Meet the Press, it was just brilliant stuff. Now, J.D. Vance might not on paper bring you, I don't even know, the Rust Belt or what. I'm not exactly sure about that. But he is a brilliant guy. He is almost effortless in pushing back on the media. And in a debate with Kamala Harris or Josh Shapiro would be very good. And we believe he's really friendly with Don Trump Jr. And he would help you govern very well as a VP choice and set up very well. He's only 40, I think, for the future. And I don't know how we got Burgum other than he'd contribute, $20 million, $30 million. I don't see it with Burgum. And with Rubio, I'm not saying that people are going to be gaga Latino voters with Rubio. I don't see the polling that backs that. So after we're all done with the 7 or 8 that we've had out there, I think J.D. Vance strikes me as the odds-on choice. Dan, who are you seeing at this point?
I still like Donalds. I still like Byron Donalds.
Yeah, not hearing anything on that.
Nothing. Yeah, J.D. Vance, I think is I think he's probably the betting favorite right now.
Yeah, I think he's the betting favorite, and I like Donalds too, but I'm not sure it would be breakout definitely, and he is combative in a very good sense, so I'd be fine with that. But notice, they're starting to build. Maybe Trump will announce this tonight with Hannity. I don't think so. And again, notice that Trump is not announcing the VP now. Why do that? You want all the juice you can get. And right now, the best thing to do, and Trump has done it, but then tonight, an hour with Hannity. He'll say something they'll seize on for a few news cycles. Just don't do it. Play golf for a while now. It's all about Biden. It's all about them killing each other and all these scenarios of how they're going to get Kamala Harris in there or how to undercut her. You can just imagine what's going on. And the Bidens, I think, have strengthened their hand. It's no worse than the last time we looked at it. A couple days after the debate, they looked like they were goners. But they're not going to give in easily, and they have the delegates. And we want it to be Biden. No one has told me, I don't want it to be Biden. I want Kamala Harris. Why? Well, the polling, true, I hear you. But you got to win here. You got to almost as sure as you can imagine win with Biden after that debate. That is, more stories come out already today. They're upping the number of visits by this Parkinson's specialist. He still has been, and he's doing the news conference of a sort. What could go wrong on Thursday? So I wish Trump would just stand down at this point. No big rallies, no entertaining stuff. Don't need to do it. Don't do it. What are the odds there's something tonight they seize on? This is what they're looking for. They need oxygen. Don't give the Democrat Party oxygen. Every second that Biden's in there, the oxygen's being taken out of the room, and all these others are scrambling to get that oxygen tank. All these possible some of them want to be the VP. And if Harris is the nominee, they'll settle for the VP role. That's a big move up. All right, so 855-839-1210. You heard Martina White. This is a big issue here in Pennsylvania. If I had to predict, now Republicans have not been good before. I'm not betting on these people in the Senate. He's not getting any more money. He's not getting another dime. Well, you have to give it to Pennsylvania Supreme Court. We're not doing it unless they give up a road to vouchers and school choice. Dan, I tell you, dirty little secret of talk radio, though. I'm not convinced that the average listener is gaga over vouchers and school choice. I'm really not convinced. Theoretically, since they're conservatives, they might say it. They're not as much for it as the other side's against it, though. But think of all those parents out there and think about what that would mean. And the more we underline what a failure the public schools are. We played you Betsy Pringle 20 times today. How does a maniac like this rise to the level of the biggest teachers group? Well, she's not a teacher. She's a labor thug. That's what she's getting at, and deranged with their own self-importance.
Oh, the things!
Yeah. I mean, who says stuff like it's Dwight Schrute? It's salesman of northeastern Pennsylvania, Rise, Mussolini.
Salesmen of northeastern Pennsylvania, I ask you once more, rise and be worthy of this historical hour.
All right, let's go to Bill in Bucks County. Bill's on Talk Radio 1210. Afternoon, Bill.
Good afternoon there, Dom. I guess you know by now that Governor Hair Gel Newsom was in Doylestown.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, the California hairdo, yes.
Yeah,
by the way, I have to be fully transparent. Not that I'm opposed to hair gel. I got to draw a line somewhere in fairness here.
Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to mention also real quick the Stephanopoulos interview. When George Stephanopoulos asked Biden, did he watch the debate? Biden says, "I'm not sure. I don't know."
Yeah.
And then he talked about the cognitive test. I would have, if I were Stephanopoulos, I would have just said, "By the way, what's the name of your doctor?" Whatever.
Yeah, no, look, I think Stephanopoulos asked him enough times. He made it. It's the worst of all worlds that Biden did not knock himself out by it, and he didn't help himself. He hurt himself a little bit more. Inch by inch, if he does that, that's a good thing all the way to the election.
Yeah, well, he didn't look that well. Anyway, I've got the famous address.
Sure.
It's 2nd Street and West Kinsley Avenue.
And that is?
That's where they were standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona.
Oh, okay, that's a good one. Yes, that's a good one. All right. That's not Road Through the Desert, a Horse with No Name. That's a different, no.
Take It Easy.
Yeah.
By the
Yeah, oh, yeah. They were surprisingly huge. I mean, maybe not Beatles, Stones,
what is
but
that?
yeah.
Why can't I think of it? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I got the wrong song here, though.
Yeah, he sees this one woman in a pickup truck, Winslow, Arizona. Okay. 855-839-1210. I'd be perfectly satisfied.
This is it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Jim verifies it. Okay.
Just find a place to make your stand and take it easy.
Here you go. Sorry.
Well, I'm standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, and such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me.
There it is.
All right, thank you, Bill, for that down memory lane here at this time. 855-839-1210. I was saying I'd be certainly fine with J.D. Vance.
Yeah?
I know it's not the guy in the end, but I watched him in interview after, and he's effortless at pushing back on this stuff. Truly is. I don't know what constituency. I know hillbilly elegy and all that stuff. But he would be someone you would point to as extremely capable. Well, I don't see Rubio bringing all this Latino vote, to be honest. And Burgum, I can't take it. I got to admit it. It's Mike. He's more tepid than Mike Pence. I mean, we saw him in Wildwood. Oh my God. What did he say? That reminds me of a story from Montana, and the crowd's getting restless. Get Trump out here. All right, 855-839-1210. I think we'll have a little bit of Dan time. Okay, and then we'll take your calls. Still watching to see any Biden developments today, but this is going to be slow motion. The big day will be Thursday when he does the news conference. I wish President Trump would take a couple golf lessons tonight. What's the upside of the Hannity interview? I mean, really, what is the upside? What would you hope would come out of that we already don't know? Just let it go with Biden. Don't bash Biden. They've been doing a great job. They're not running a lot of ads. Why? Well, we got to get him out. No, we don't. We want him in. If you don't see that, I'm not sure your game plan's correct here. 855-839-1210.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-403-1050. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset that has stood the test of time. Gold. With Noble Gold Investments, you can diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from economic turmoil. Our team will guide you through the process business, ensuring you make informed decisions that best suit your needs. Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-403-1050. That's 1-888-403-1050. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-403-1050.
Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Just like our offensive line protects our star quarterback, plumbers protect the health of the nation. And Philadelphia Plumbers Union Local 690 is no different. In hospitals, commercial, industrial, and residential, with the best trained plumbers in the world, you can be sure your project is done on time and on budget, no matter how big or small. So when your business needs to build new or expand existing facilities, you can count on the members of Plumbers Union Local 690. Visit plumber690.org.
Hey, it's Nick. I visited my friends at Piazza Acura of Westchester and drove the Road and Track Performance Car of the Year, the 2024 Acura Integra. I owned an Acura for 10 years, and the new Integra is by far the most striking Acura I have seen. Well equipped with advanced safety and tech features like wireless Apple CarPlay, high-performance adaptive damper system, Wi-Fi, hotspot capability, and 16-speaker premium audio system. Visit PiazzaAcura.com or test drive the new Integra at Piazza Acura in Westchester, Ardmore, or Reading. Tell them Nick sent you.
Today, we're constantly taking photos and videos to remember our favorite moments. But what about those captured before the smartphone? What about the memories tucked away on aging VHS tapes, film reels, or in fading photos?
These cherished memories are fading away with time, vulnerable to threats like heat, moisture, and mold. But fear not, there's a solution to safeguard your legacy. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Nick. Together we founded Legacy Box over a decade ago with one mission, to bring your memories into the 21st century.
It's time to bid farewell to old tapes you can't watch and faded photos. Legacy Box transforms them into digital treasures, ready to share with a click.
Just like magic, your shoebox of memories is now safely stored in the cloud or on a thumb drive.
Over 1 million families have trusted Legacy Box, so you can rest assured your priceless moments are in good hands.
Don't let your childhood fade away on old tapes. It's time to digitize those priceless moments.
Fast forward into the digital age. Visit legacybox.com/value and unlock 50% off your order. That's legacybox.com/value.
Yo, Roy is Ford. We know your favorite station is 1210 WPHT. WPHT.
They're running a strange program, y'all.
It's Dan time.
I can handle things. I'm smart, not like everybody says.
With Dom.
That's right, it's that time of the afternoon. Producer Dan takes over the Dom Giordano program for some Dan time with Dom. And Dom, first off, I got to ask, over the weekend, some more moves have been made by the Sixers. And Caleb Martin joins the team, turning down a $65 million contract from the Heat to join the Sixers on a $32 million deal. Is this a flub by his agent, Dom, or is this someone who was promised a starting spot and takes the lesser money so he can have a chance to start on a championship team? And follow-up question, would you take $30 million less, Dom Giordano, if you had the guarantee that you'd have a starting spot?
No, I think it's a mistake by him. I think he's a big addition to the Sixers, but if that's clear, if it's that much of a difference, if it's a few million after you've gotten that amount of money, then you look toward other things that please you. And one would actually be to be with a contender.
Yeah. So follow-up, that's why I bring it up, though. Doesn't really matter who we put on this team. If Embiid's not good for the playoffs, we're not going to go far in the playoffs. And Embiid is set to play in the Olympics. So I want Dom Giordano's opinion. Should Embiid play in the Olympics?
I'd say no. The only thing, if there was some way that the Olympic Committee and Embiid, he wants to play for his country. By the way, he's being attacked for not wanting to play for Cameroon, where he's from. Couldn't support him more, though. He's a U.S. citizen now. He's playing for his country, and the media ought to get with that. I would just say, how about a limited role here? You're going to win. You got tremendous talent. Let's not overdo it here. The guy just breaks down. That's always been the problem.
Like an emergency lever? Bring in the big man if it's needed against one of the teams that are putting up a good fight?
He still can get an Olympic gold medal, still play for his country, but not Sixers are paying him. The Olympics are not.
It's a good point. It is a dream, though, to play for the country, you know. I want to swing over to cars, Dom. A really interesting video popped up over the weekend. A car was pulled over, and it wasn't being driven by anybody. It actually swerved into oncoming traffic, so a cop pulled it down. And what we're going to pick up here is the body cam footage of the police officer approaching this driverless vehicle. And as he approaches the vehicle, the windows automatically roll down, Dom, and this is him talking to the quote-unquote driver.
Hi! Connected to rider support. This call may be recorded for quality assurance.
Yeah, this is Officer Hines, Phoenix PD. So, your car here drove into oncoming lanes of traffic.
My God.
I'll go ahead and take a look at that right now.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of a construction area, and it went into opposing lanes of traffic, which is real bad.
How annoying would that be to be a police officer having to talk to technical support through a... Oh.
Yeah, I mean, who's responsible then for this? Dan, this driverless car thing is not going to work. People have already been killed because of it. Again, we've said many times, somebody really disabled, maybe in a limited role, you could see that. But
the argument, though, would be that even in these rare instances where you have a cop pulling it over because it drove into oncoming traffic, it's allegedly safer than your average cab driver in a big city.
How many times did we have to have the computer against man? I want in Jeopardy when they had that computer. I wanted to make the computer cry every time we're against it.
While we're on cars, Dom, Ford CEO Jim Farley just not being honest with himself and Americans. Headline: Ford CEO wants Americans to, quote, get back in love with the small cars Ford gave up on. And I want to, he says buyers need to get over their love for monster vehicles. And Dom, you often talk about how annoying it is to see here in the city some of these big trucks that park, and these cars just keep getting bigger and bigger. And I just want to, I have a bone to pick real quick, because this is all the fault of the EPA. Back in 2008, Dom, they actually reorganized the formula for how gas mileage has to be determined and made it that it's an adjustable graph based on how big the footprint of the car is. So car companies actually save money. They don't get penalized. As long as they have a big footprint for their car, they're able to have lower miles per gallon. So that's why you see the Ford Maverick, for example, which is now the size of what used to be the Ford F-150. The F-150 is now the size of the F-250. The Ford Maverick, the base model, is a hybrid because they can't get away with the regular gasoline engine because of the footprint. So these car companies have to abide by these EPA ridiculous standards that are set in place, and we're just going to see cars continue to grow until everything goes electric, because that's what they're trying to push anyway, because these gas cars are being all these companies are having to abide by these horrible EPA standards. It's be honest with yourself, Ford CEO, and let's get this fixed.
One of the things, biggest things, and there's the thing on the wind today, Dan, how they're rushing to get this in the ground before Trump is elected. Yeah. If he is, Trump's got to talk about this a lot more too, regulation. He really took away these odious regulations, and start with the shower, the toilet, and all that stuff. But this is another example.
That's all I got for Dan time.
All right, coming up, I've been waiting for this. Now, the Associated Press going after Republicans for this. When you have the nominee, in this case, Trump, the platform pretty much configures toward what the nominee wants within certain guidelines. But for the first time in 40 years, they're reporting a policy document that reflects Trump's position, and it cedes abortion laws to the states, omitting a national ban for the first time in 40 years. All right, this has been one, other than Trump and getting out of unending wars, how Trump has handled abortion. I'll give you more details on that, because the media was loving this. This is what they want to pounce on. They have nothing else. They may not even have a nominee at this point. Who knows? What do they want to pounce on? They want to pounce on Trump democracy. That's why you shouldn't do Hannity tonight. And they want to pounce on abortion. How long can you go to do that? It's running out, I think. I'll give you the details, though. This is a breakthrough that Trump's positioning on this has got Republicans to wise up. and to stop it. All but people like Ron DeSantis and Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham, shut up. All right, this is what the media and Democrats are just waiting for. And Trump is pulling it away from them. All right, phone lines to get in. We have Dom's Money Melody. We have the side question going on, 855-839-1210. That's how you get on board on Talk Radio 1210.
Bring on the summer heat with huge savings when you replace your old inefficient windows and doors with the great people at Guida Door and Window. Right now, Guida is offering their best discounts of the year with their big 40% off summer sales event on all expertly installed windows and doors. Have drafty windows you've been meaning to replace? Well, you receive 40% off each window you buy. That's right, 40% off all high-performance, energy-efficient triple-pane windows. In need of new doors? Well, Guida has got you covered there as well, with 40% off all high-quality entry doors, patio doors, garage doors, and storm doors. Plus, you can start your project with no money out of pocket and pay it off interest-free for up to 18 full months. Don't let these incredible savings pass you by. Go Guida right now so you can take advantage of these limited time savings. All prior sales excluded. Offer expires July 31st, so call Guida today. Schedule a free in-home estimate at 1-877-GO-GUIDA or visit them at GoGuida.com. That's go. GUIDA.com.
At Cherry Hill Volvo, we have absolutely incredible offers and a plethora of both new and certified Volvos from which to choose. We are eager to offer amazingly competitive prices, plus an additional $1,000 Costco discount on all new Cherry Hill Volvos. When leasing or purchasing a new or certified Cherry Hill Volvo, you become a valued part of our team. Join Cherry Hill Volvo for the pricing and attention you deserve. I am Judith Krupnick, President of Cherry Hill Volvo.
For eligible individuals 18 and older only. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With Jabra Enhanced Select's premium package, better hearing doesn't happen in a doctor's office. It happens at home, all done remotely from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better.
You get the same advanced hearing aid technology and professional support you expect from a clinic at a fraction of the cost. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week, no charge.
Oh, you people are wonderful.
Our premium package includes hearing aids, 3 years of follow-up care, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage, and a 100-day money-back guarantee.
I hear better than I ever thought possible.
Save $300 on Enhanced Select 500 hearing aids automatically at checkout. Just go to JabraEnhance.com/try. That's JABRA Enhance.com/try. JabraEnhance.com/try.
Philadelphia's Talk Radio 1210 WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3, Philadelphia. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Always live on the free Odyssey app. It's Dom time. Now, Dom Giordano.
All right, it is Dom time. Welcome in. Good Monday, 855-839-1210. Dom's Money Melody coming up. We got the side question coming off 310 West Hildreth Avenue in Wildwood, the Summer White House. Mulligans, wearing the shirt again today. Hit us with that all-time favorite address of some sort, real or fictional. Hit us with that. A lot of good ones on Twitter, but hit us with yours. Now, breaking news, the Republican National Committee's Platform Committee says the Associated Press has adopted a policy document that reflects President Trump's position opposing a federal abortion ban and ceding limits on abortion to states, omitting a national ban for the first time in 40 years. So that would be since 1984. That would have been Ronald Reagan, second term. Back to that. First time in 40 years, no national ban on abortion. Associated Press says the committee, according to 2 people briefed on the language, agreed on language that said, quote, "We believe that the 14th Amendment to the Constitution of the United States guarantees that no person can be denied life or liberty without due process, and that the states are therefore free to pass laws protecting those rights." All right, so this has been talked about for a while. And Trump has maneuvered against the media, against the Democrats who want to talk about nothing else in a really effective way on this. All the way back to Iowa with Ron DeSantis trying to appeal to evangelicals with the 6-week abortion ban. That's why he did it. Now, Democrats counter. They actually want to talk about abortion more. So the claque that keeps on pitching Kamala Harris, they see two things. One, she'll talk ad nauseum about abortion, and they'll be driving out those women in the suburbs, again, younger women, et cetera. Liz Peek, who's been on this show, had a big column over the weekend showing the polling indicating that this is fading a bit. It's not like it was in 2022. But still, this is a good thing of what Republicans have done here. And this, I think, will carry through the convention, and it's exactly the way that it should be. It's a matter of the states. That's what we said. Why are we talking about national bans? Well, Jersey thought we said the state should decide. And that's absolutely the case. So this is Trump, comfortable with this. He's done a really good job. So I don't understand, and I've been thinking about this all day. Look, Trump likes to talk. He likes to be out there. And I would be chomping at the bit, too, to be saying we should be out there campaigning. We're doing all this stuff. But strategically, this is the moment. Democrats are killing each other here. Yeah, it might be good, Dan, to get Liz Peek on for a couple of minutes today, if you could, with this development, since she's been in my side of the column writing in the Hill over the weekend, that this is more tired than not now. Again, why would Republicans insist on a national ban on abortion? It's not consistent with what we're supposed to be about, what conservatism is about. It's the states. That's where this ought to be decided. Yeah, but New Jersey and Cal, well, then you're going to have to win hearts and minds. I'm not saying overnight this is going to happen. But this is a big moment here. It takes away the fodder that they're looking for to go after them and say, see, these Republicans, if they get elected, you're not going to be able to get an abortion. The other thing with Kamala Harris that they're looking at is that she is anti-Israel, without a doubt, in my mind, without a doubt. And she will be able to get the mob back on their side. Now, over the weekend, who knows, it's for the millionth time, but it looks like Hamas is more amenable to some kind of ceasefire. In other words, they've given up a lot of the things they were pushing for because of the toll that Israel has exacted. That's exactly right. Biden, out of just his lifetime or out of some sensibility, has not been pro-Israel enough, but he's not where Harris is. But over the weekend, it's clear that the people backing Biden in Congress are the Congressional Black Caucus and African-American members. One theory that I could see playing out, they know that Kamala Harris, so they believe she can't win. The winning game for them is still Biden. They get over the finish line. Biden's never going to make it through the second term. She becomes president without ever having a vote directly cast for her. That could be where we are. That they still feel, and I think they're potentially right, but they're in a bubble. They're failing to realize what we saw during that debate. You don't come back from that. You cannot unsee that. And there are gathering stories of Parkinson's specialists coming to the White House and things of that nature. So I want Biden to stay right where he is. And the Trump people are not running a lot of ads showing the debate, kick him out, and all that stuff. So don't do TV shows an hour tonight bloviating on this stuff. It's just not. We don't need entertainment now. Let them continue to go after each other. Because they all see a shot. The guy that's the governor of Illinois, Pritzker, he thinks he could be it. Big Gretch, Whitmer, she thinks she could be it. Or at least they think they could be the VP. If Biden gets tagged out, she gets tagged up, they're the VP choice. Josh Shapiro. Man, he's got to be spinning with this budget stuff we just talked about and school choice and all that. What does he do? He makes his mark. But he's probably already there. If it's Kamala Harris, I don't see any way she doesn't pick Shapiro as the VP choice. I just don't see where else they would go. He's it, swing state, the biggest swing state. Just another reason why Joe can't go. Joe's got to stay. The upside, the case I can make, that Biden's going to hang in there if by inches. Dr. Jill Biden, Hunter Biden is the gatekeeper. Imagine Hunter Biden, Dan, at the front desk. Yeah, what do you want? Well, it's Benjamin Netanyahu. This is Hunter Biden. What do you want? I have a guy named Pookie coming in with my afternoon. Pookie's going to be here. What do you want, Benjamin Netanyahu? He's the quarterback now. My God. 855-839-1210. This abortion thing is a big moment here. First time in 40 years. Now you could say, who cares? Nobody reads the platform. The media does. They like nothing else than that Sunday, when I think it comes down officially, this coming Sunday or Monday, to vote ad nauseum. Abortion, 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 abortion. Can't do it as easily. You know, they'll still try in various ways. They'll say you can't trust Trump in the platform. They're going to go after it. He's lying to you. That's harder, though, than if you have the piece of paper there saying, how do we ever get into this idea, too, as conservatives, of a national ban? It's indefensible. Lindsey Graham and all these other idiots. Ron DeSantis, smart guy. 6-week ban.
I didn't ask for this.
Wow, random shot there.
Yeah. Well, that's Florida's law, so okay. At least it's in the states. But I'm still surprised at DeSantis. And Trump is not going to pick somebody who is going to give them an opening on abortion. I don't know if any of the big three are. I think Vance is not. Yesterday on Meet the Press, he said he's in favor of the ability to have that abortion pill sent across state lines, Dan. What evidence do you see on Vance?
I just always saw him as a more traditional conservative when it came to the issue.
Does that mean he would be in favor of a national ban, though? I have not seen that. So I
don't want to be that guy just between the lines. If abortion is actually going to be an issue, two straight white males is not a good look.
Well, they're going to try to make it an issue. I hear what you're saying, to have a female prosecute the case in there. But I don't see any female.
I don't see what Vance brings to the table. Like he doesn't. If we're playing the game of capturing voters, what votes that Trump doesn't have does Vance bring to the table?
Yeah, that's the big downside. You're right. And you could say, well, that's all that matters, Dom. No, I think I've been amazed how good he is in media interviews pushing back. And I don't think Bergen brings you anything. And I'm doubtful that Marco Rubio does. I don't think this is all some kind of game that Trump has been playing, though, and it's somebody else. But we'll see soon enough. 855-839-1210. I don't think we've gotten a call since Trump started doing this way back in Iowa. Yeah, we did then. But maybe they've given up of the so-called pro-life movement. You know, the woman that heads up the Susan B. Anthony thing and all that, she went wild on it. It's a good sign, is it not, that seems to have been put to bed, that people get it, that we're not going to just bludgeon people into submission with this by passing a national law. Yes.
Sorry, the reason why I've been quiet back here is I was looking for that audio of Vance talking about the pill. I do have that.
Yeah, let's hear that. This is from Meet the Press with Welker, who's difficult now on Meet the Press yesterday.
But just to be clear, you support mifepristone being accessible.
Yes, Kristen, I do. But again, on the Project 2025 issue, what the media and the Democrats are trying to do is attach its most unpopular elements to the Trump administration. It's a 900-page document. I guarantee there are things that Trump likes and dislikes about that 900-page document, but he is the person who will determine the agenda of the next administration. All he said very explicitly is, I am in charge of the next administration because I'm the person running for president. It's just important to make that clarification.
All right, so he is in favor of it. I don't know of anything that's going to knock him out because that's what the other side has to draw blood with here. That's it. And the democracy part, hey, Trump, not in the center of the news. He always is, but I mean not in the center of talking here. Why do that tonight? I know he likes to do it with Hannity, and they're going to wander all over the place. I just see it as no upside, absolutely no upside. By the way, if you missed it, we got the number today. It's down 76 more on the Democrat side. So in Bucks County, all that separates us from a red Bucks County based upon voter registration is 281. 281. They're hanging on a little bit here. Now, can we get 200? I think Scott Presler on Twitter is even more hell-bent. He's on street corners over there. He's going to find 281 or 282 to turn it red by the start of the Republican convention. If I had to predict, I'd say it would be when we get the number on July 22nd. That's the Independence Day. Bucks County will be red. What's the nature? Why do you guys talk about this? Well, you set intermediate goals, smaller goals. It is the ultimate swing county. It says to people that maybe the suburbs are changing a bit. That doesn't mean that the Republican Party is great out in Delaware County. They have problems. And Montgomery County, they have problems. But it means at least one of the counties is very doable. And 281, I think, will go away. I think by the 22nd, you're going to see that it's red. It's going to be close. All right, right now, though, it is time for...
It's Dom's Money Melody.
Money gone.
All right, that's right. Today, you've won a pair of tickets to see Joe Conklin with the City Rhythm Orchestra Saturday, July 13th at the Ocean City Music Pier. Nice venue in Ocean City, New Jersey. The show is a musical tribute to Philadelphia sports, featuring all of Conklin's impressions, songs with Joe's daughter, his brothers, and many guest performers. For tickets, go to joeconklin.com. Dan?
Dom, today we have a song that features an address in the lyrics, sung by a person who was actually almost the First Lady of Canada. Pierre Trudeau dropped to a knee, and this person actually denied their engagement. But today, Dom, we want to know who the singer is, this being the potential First Lady. I'll throw in another clue, an EGOT winner here that we got. Take a listen. We want to know the voice.
No hope for me, though I live at 5135 Kensington Avenue, and he lives at 5133.
How close to K&A is that? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
Get Sam Orpiza on the phone. Is that anywhere near K&A?
We're looking for the singer today, Dom. The singer, an EGOT winner, and potential or almost First Lady of Canada.
All right.
She denied the engagement.
Nice play by her. 855-839-1210. AT&T and Verizon Wireless. You push pound 1210. You hit us with that. You're off to see Joe Conklin. Great facility, too. Ocean City Music Pier, Ocean City, New Jersey. All that next on Talk Radio 1210.
His way.
Join Team Kale and Company once again this year for the Bend to Shore Bike Tour on Sunday, July 21st. From Philly to Atlantic City, you can do the ride or just donate to support the cause. Visit bendtoshore.org. That's shore.org. Let's show everyone how WPHT and Odyssey supports law enforcement. Bend to Shore is organized by Families Behind the Badge Children's Foundation. FBBCF provides financial relief for the families of fallen fallen and injured first responders, and supports the Police Youth Alliance, which fosters a positive relationship between police and youth. Sponsored by Gelman Law. Need a criminal defense attorney or personal injury? Visit GelmanLawFirm.com.
Don't count on summer heat to melt away those extra pounds. That doesn't work. But here's something that does work, and that's NJ Diet. For over a decade, NJ Diet has helped thousands of people lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. That's nearly twice as fast as weight loss injections and without any of those nasty side effects. NJ Diet uses your hair, saliva, and blood work, along with scans to personalize natural solutions and supplements to get you to shed that fat quickly. Then NJ Diet uses your DNA info to help you keep the weight off. No shots, no prepackaged meals, and no surgery. NJ Diet is fully supervised every step of the way to make sure you are burning fat and not just losing water. You even get the doctor's personal email and phone number. Locations close by are available from anywhere with live online video consultations. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or schedule your consult today at njdiet.com. That's njdiet.com. Lose the weight for good.
Hi, Stephanie from Emmons. Are you not loving your bathroom? Is the King's Throne looking a little outdated and run down? Let Emmons Design Specialists design a bathroom that you will love and one that Emmons will redo in as little as 1 day. An affordable, maintenance-free bathroom with little to no inconvenience to you and your family. With finance options available, there's really only one problem. Your bathroom will be so nice, your king may never want to come out. Call Emmons today at 856-885-6677 or visit us on our website at callemmons.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-700-6898. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898 or biglou.com.
Summer is here, which means pool days, beach trips, and yeah, you guessed it, traffic jams. Oh yeah, and heat waves. Don't let summer catch you by surprise. Get the local news you need, no matter what you're up to, with the free Odyssey app. And never miss a beat with alerts on breaking stories sent directly to your phone. Listen today on the free Odyssey app. That's AUDACY.
Talk Radio 1210. WPHT. Free speech lives here.
It's Dom's Money Melody.
Where has all the money gone?
Show me the money. That is exactly right. All right, you heard. We'll play the clip again about Kensington Avenue. Turned down a chance to be the first lady of O Canada. Who is this singer? Let's hear the clue.
And it's been told it's like where Kensington meets Frankfurt, apparently.
Aha.
Yeah,
okay.
So here you go.
Though I live at 5135 Kensington Avenue, and he lives at 5133.
All right, let's go to Ron in Montgomeryville to see if we have a winner. All right, Ron, who's singing that?
That is the one and only, and thank goodness it's only one, Barbara Streisand.
Yes, it is. I'll put you on hold, Ron. Enjoy Joe Conklin. And Dan, you think passing resemblance to Lady Gaga?
Yeah, I guess. But she dated very high-profile people back in the 60s and 70s,
yes.
and she was very attractive. I mean, if you're into that type, the Lady Gaga type, you know. But in the late... Go ahead, yeah.
I think Lady Gaga better looking, and probably not as high maintenance.
It's so
I don't know.
similar, though.
I don't know anybody who's a higher maintenance than Barbra Streisand. I mean, it's almost impossible to imagine.
If there's ever a biopic of Barbra Streisand, though, it needs to be played by Lady Gaga.
Yeah, that's a good, sure.
So Pierre, I guess, he was 50 at the time. She was in her late 20s, coming off of a romance and with a child, and they met during a premiere of a film, dated for a while, and allegedly dropped to a knee at one point, and she denied, but she could have been the Prime Minister's wife, the First Lady of Canada, and maybe a mother to now Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Huh?
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, never mind. It's Fidel Castro.
That's right. Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yeah. All right, 855-839-1210.
Yes.
Joe Biden, you talk about a tin ear. One of the things they're hoping to bail out this week, I mean, the big thing with Biden is going to be the news conference and what he does in that. And I can't imagine him looking at the pictures, calling on people, calling on the wrong person. That's on Thursday. But it's the big NATO week in Washington. I think it starts tomorrow, expanding NATO. Now, again, we just reported that the AP says the official platform for the RNC is going to be to Trump's liking. None of this national ban stuff, first time in 40 years. Good. The other thing is, though, this increasing of NATO, more and more of this. I think that's not going to be seen as a slam dunk. In other words, they're hoping to show Biden has restored all these alliances, and we ought to be enmeshed with all this stuff. The Trump approach has been, no, they were forcing too much of the burden on us, and we got to be careful with this stuff as far as how it bank shots, Ukraine, Putin, the whole thing. So can they really make this a contrast with Trump that's appealing to the American people, making them afraid, what might Trump do? I thought we were over that. What might Trump do if we were in office? He's going to bomb everything. When it's exactly the other way around. All right, 855-839-1210. Here's Biden, Dan, on Morning Joe about the elites this morning. So, we have people saying it sounded pre-taped, or your thought it's an impersonator or it's a voice. I just think he was reading from a script when he was talking about the ice cream social and all. He lost his place. Mika and Joe, particularly Mika, biggest boosters there. But the line that they're drawing, and this is playing through African Americans that are in the Congress, all these white guy elites like Axelrod and some of these other people. There's real it's always about race with Democrats. They are, it might seem strangely till you think about it, they are the biggest boosters of keeping Biden in there. So there's a battle. Are they the Democrat Party, or is it all these progressive, smart white guys or women? Here's what Biden said about it.
The American public is not going to move away from me as an average voter. And again, I'm here for two reasons, pal. One, to rebuild the economy for hardworking middle-class people, give everybody a shot, just a straight shot. Everybody gets a fair chance, number one. Number two, remember all this talk about how I don't have the black support? Come on, give me a break. Come with me. Watch. I'm getting so frustrated by the elites. Now, I'm not talking about you guys, but about the elites in the party.
I hope you're not talking about the elites.
They know so much more. But if any of these guys don't think I should run against me, go ahead, announce the president. Challenge me at the convention.
All right. Great column today talking about what we've talked about before. It's not just Dr. Jill Biden. It's not just Hunter Biden. Column appeared Substack. When presidential aides are intoxicated with the thrill of being close to power, they talk about the king in his court. The idea in the past, you would have these courtiers that would be around the king. And the closer you move to the king and his favor, the better you are with power. Well, these people actually have real power because they're doing things day to day that with a president like Trump, Obama, Clinton, people like that, they would not have this role. It would be all presidential. But this guy is seated and he's not even aware of a large amount of it going on. they're not going to be, because if they're dislodged from the White House, God knows the antagonism that may have built up. It often does with vice presidents like Kamala Harris. They know what that means. So I'm still saying that, A, I want Joe there. Joe's got to stick. And 2, it's a 50-50 deal here. They're not going to take him out as easily as you think for all these reasons. Now, with this news conference on Thursday, if this is disastrous, at any moment we could have another debate-like huge disaster, then maybe the calculus starts to turn. But you got those forces, and the key, this isn't just Biden saying this. These are all kinds of accounts today of Maxine Waters, people like that, the Congressional Black Caucus. They're there with Biden. Why are they not with Harris? Well, maybe they want Harris to be the first, but they don't think she can win. That's their calculus. So the calculus is, okay, get Biden over the finish line. He's not going to last 4 years one way or the other, and then she'll be president. I'm not saying their calculus is right about Biden necessarily the better chance, given what we know. The known is always what you want to go by. Or unknown, well, we do know about Kamala Harris. She couldn't get a vote. She had to drop out in the Democratic primary in January, I guess, of 2020, even before a vote was cast in any primary. The difference is now she's VP. There's more riding on her, more expectations, more hope, the first and all that. And she does give them an edge by viciously going after Israel. That's what she'll do. And that's what a lot of them want. But why African-American voters sticking with Biden in this, particularly elected officials? I'm looking at some of the polling, those that want him to stick, those that want him to go. It's about 65% of Latinos, but only about 52% of African-Americans as a base of support. That's the thing to continue to watch. Trump has been playing it up to now beautifully. This abortion thing is beautifully played. It's exactly where the Republican Party ought to be. It's consistent, state by state. You got to win hearts and minds. You can't just get power and bludgeon people into the abortion issue. DeSantis made a big mistake. I don't see how he comes back from that in the future. What's he going to say? I was for the 6-week ban, now I'm not. How do you do that? So this kind of reaffirms where this is going to move through the convention. It blunts a good bit. And the argument for Kamala Harris is she's going to go after abortion rights even more. It's almost impossible to imagine, but that's what she'll do. Josh Shapiro is second to none. Hi, I'm Josh Shapiro. I'm protecting your reproductive rights. Nice to know, Josh. 855-839-1210. By the way, if you missed it, Dan, and this will be up on podcast, right? It was great that you were able to get on the widow of Officer Sergeant Fitzgerald, Chris Fitzgerald, Marissa Fitzgerald today, because we've been kind of informed, it's been out there over the weekend in several sources, that come Wednesday, Larry Krasner has to tell the court, is he going to pursue the death penalty in the case of this guy from Buckingham, Pennsylvania, came into Temple and allegedly assassinated Sergeant Chris Fitzgerald of the Temple Police. Well, we hear it's potentially that Krasner doesn't even want life imprisonment. Now, if he does not go for life imprisonment, at least in this, the family wants a death penalty. They've been very public about it. If he knocks the charge down to say, well, he's 18 under this law, that thing, we can't go for life imprisonment. And Philadelphia doesn't rise up when his term is up, which is coming up soon, then it's hard to believe how bad that would be. Racially, the guy's white from the suburbs, Fitzgerald family, black. The tape on this, as far as the number of cameras and all that we've seen with it, is impeccable. So how in the world would you not at least get life imprisonment without parole? They don't like it. They don't, well, what about rehabilitation? That's nice. He's going to go to heaven then. But you're not getting out of jail. You're not murdering someone with these kids, et cetera. Couldn't be a more sympathetic situation. And you're not going to be in jail for life. I think that's what we were always told. Now, Democrats are not serious about that. They will find any way, shape, or form always to give us the side of the criminal. Mommy and daddy were divorced. He was disturbed. He's from the suburbs. What did he know? Rather than the pain we heard with Marissa today, talking about what it's like, her 15-year-old son still texting the dad as they head off to visit the cemetery. It ought to shock the conscience. And Dan, the media, you covered that, right? You would say they were mainly asking questions about things like, well, are you going to have people come back to the office, Larry, like the rest of city government? Mm-hmm. This is a big story. This is a big emotional moment. This isn't something remotely that people don't know about. All right, we'll get some more on the side question and your calls coming up. And then we'll have the lightning round today, 855-839-1210. That's how you get on board with Dom and Dan on Talk Radio 1210.
Weather sponsored by American Heritage Credit Union.
Heat advisory continues tomorrow until 8 o'clock in the evening. High of around 94, a mix of sun and clouds and even possible thunderstorm in the afternoon. Sunday, we'll get up to 93, a little bit less humid. On Monday, partly sunny, still hot, around 92.
Buying a home? With the MyCU Home Connection program through American Heritage Credit Union, unlock exclusive cash rewards, benefits, and discounts. Learn more at AmericanHeritageCU.org/home connection. Insured by NCUA. Not a member? Join today. NMLS 433838.
Crash Proof Retirement records all financial meetings. All promises made in recorded financial meetings become legally binding between Crash Proof Retirement and the investing client. Crash Proof Retirement provides all of their clients with a certificate of authenticity, further documenting that recording financial meetings brings fiduciary responsibility to the highest level.
I'm Jack Gunning from Blue Bell, Pennsylvania. I don't know whether anybody can offer you the security that Crash Proof Retirement does. I have a certificate that tells me they're a fiduciary. Everything is recorded and they have your best interest at heart. That certificate is 100% documentation that you know what they're saying is 100% correct. Other companies don't have this guarantee. This certificate means an awful lot for me, and it should mean an awful lot for you.
Certify your retirement future. Schedule an appointment or register for our next event at Downingtown Country Club, July 23rd. 800-722-9728 or crashproofretirement.com.
Do you feel like you're going through life clouded by doubt? Talk to California Psychics. Our trusted and accurate psychics are available 24/7, and we guarantee if it's not life-changing, it's free. Download the app or connect with us at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Right now, new customers get 80% off their first reading. Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics.
Hi, I'm Angie Hicks, co-founder of Angie, and one thing I've learned is that you buy a house, but you make it a home. Because with every fix, update, and renovation, it becomes a little more your own. So you need all your jobs done well. For nearly 30 years, Angie has helped millions of homeowners hire skilled pros for the projects that matter. From plumbing to electrical, roof repair to deck upgrades. So leave it to the pros who will get your jobs done well. Hire high-quality certified pros at Angie.com.
Pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, or back that won't go away? Check out QC Kinetics. No surgery, drugs, or downtime. QC Kinetics, 215-999-3000.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-700-6898. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-700-6898. That's 800-700-6898. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. 800-700-6898.
Hey, Joe DeCamera here. If you drive a car, you want it to last a long time and not cost you lots of money in the long run. You need to get your car serviced at United Tire and Service. I get my car serviced at one of their 10 locations throughout the Delaware Valley. You should too. Right now, get an oil change on any make or model, and they'll do a free summer trip check so you're ready to hit the road. 20-point safety check, brakes, belts, important fluid levels, lights, even the spare tire. To find the location nearest you, go to UnitedTire.com. That's UnitedTire.com. Don't drive alone. Drive United.
Broadcasting live from the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and on the free Odyssey app.
I knew there was a better way of life, and I was just trying to find.
All right, Tom Giordano show. Not a storm cloud, just one little cloudy on a sunshine day that Republicans have to do a better job with. Media looking to grab at this. It gets to the other part. It's Dobbs and democracy. That part with Trump is the immunity thing in the Supreme Court. I mean, there have been brilliant essays, Jonathan Turley and others. I like what Jay Town said on this show about it, how to explain it the best, but to come up with points, analogies of exactly what the Supreme Court has done with the immunity for a president. I mean, they're trying to go down Broadway with that. And even though it's clear what it's about, Bette Midler today, Dan, tweets this out from the New Republican. She likes it. Bette Midler, right?
Wait, actually Bette Midler?
Bette Midler, yes.
Okay.
Bette Midler is very much anti-Trump.
Got Barbara Streisand earlier this
afternoon. That's
Bette
right.
Midler.
Now Bette Midler. And Midler saying that, just as we ought to do this, what Biden ought to do, because he can do it, and Trump would do it. Mike Johnson was arrested, all right, the speaker. Jim Jordan, they attempted to arrest, and he resisted tragically. Thank you, Supreme Court. And now we have the majority, she writes at the end of the tweet. That's all that it took. Thank you, Supreme Court, for giving us the ability. This is what they're putting out there. Now, I haven't seen the polling to know, does this stick or not? I'm just cautioning Republicans have to be on this. You know, that reminds me of, well, why if you win the popular vote, don't you win? That's not fair. That old argument constantly. Same thing going on here. Yeah, I know it's Streisand and Bette Midler, another of the genre. Maybe that's a knockoff Streisand, right?
Yeah, or is Streisand a knockoff Midler?
I think Midler's a better voice.
Yeah.
I like her singing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Joe in Exton. There's only one Joe of Exton. Hey, Joe, hope you had a great weekend. What do you have today?
Oh, yes. Hello, Dom, and good afternoon to you. Whenever New York City celebrates an event with a parade, the parade takes place on Fifth Avenue.
Yeah, Fifth Avenue is big. Well, Fifth Avenue is the probably the most affluent of all in New York. Thank you, Joe.
Oh.
Yep, that's a destination.
I was curious if he preferred Bette Midler.
Oh, I'm sorry. My fault.
Just kidding.
All right.
I don't know if he had an opinion there.
He would. Stephen Warminster on Talk Radio 1210. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Dom. You know, all this Josh Shapiro talk, are Catholics forgetting that he tried to sue the Little Sisters of the Poor and won? And also, he didn't give us school choice, and he ran on that. How can you even think of him being a president or a vice president? He's lying from the beginning.
Well, look, I agree with you about Catholics, but this is the master moderate manipulator. That's what he has them believing. And look, Steve, he ran against an absolute moron, let's face it, in Doug Mastriano, who couldn't be elected dog catcher versed upon the campaign and the platform. If he gets on the national level, you're right, though. We have a lot of fodder to go with this guy that could be effective. But having him here in Pennsylvania, I would tell you this, the media is thrilled with this guy. So that's what the challenge would be.
Well, what's the attraction? I don't get it. What's he was so attractive about him? Nothing about him is good.
I think the attraction is that he can get progressive things done because he masquerades as a more moderate Democrat. That's the attraction.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
terrible.
No, he's a contender. He's a tough guy to take apart, without a doubt, and that's why they'd be looking at him. What's your address, Steve?
I'm in Warminster.
No, not your actual address.
That's okay. Thanks, Steve. It's a side question. That's okay if you weren't. No, I wouldn't
I'll
ask
wait
you
for that all day.
No, yeah. All right. So, what's the attraction of the media? I'm going to tell Dan. I'm doing Inside Story editor's note over there for you on Friday again, and I'm pretty sure, the Shapiro thing by then will be on there. And I would tell you, almost panelists after panelists, they're gaga. So, to answer Steve's question, what's the attraction? Well, this guy is smart, and he's very good at, again, seizing upon anything politically. I mean, he did a great job with the 95, and he seized upon it politically beautifully with bringing that back. He is someone who, again, is been enabled by the media to be, well, this guy is somebody who is not progressive. Just look at his record on abortion. Just look at the number of times he goes down that path. Just look at what he did last year. We're heading into that again. That's why we have Martina White on today. What's going to happen in Harrisburg? Are we going to get vouchers, school choice? Or are they Democrats just going to get billions of dollars by these Republicans again? I'm not sure. I don't have faith in the Republicans. Last time, he reneged on the deal, even though he said everybody's a child of God. This is the game he plays. But his policies and what he's about deep down are progressive. So he is seen as slick by the media. And they see him as someone who can posture enough to go all the way and be president. That's what the judgment is. And in a swing state, with a guy like that out there, if it is Kamala Harris, I think he would be the pick. I don't know of any polling, anything else that would tell you to go with anybody else. And we're waiting on the Trump pick. Maybe tonight. Does he announce it with Hannah? I see a different kind of rollout. I just still am appalled, Dan. What a break we've had. Trump hasn't said anything. When the opposition is killing each other, you just stay out of it. His people running the campaign are much better this time. They're not running all the stuff of Biden. We know it. You know, if there's a need be, if Biden solidifies and he's going to stay in, then they will run that particularly months before, and they'll take something more recent, another bad situation for Biden, co-join it with it. There's no need to take Biden out at this time. You want him in there. For what reason would you take him out? It's a known quantity, and the known is, and we're going to know more, but look at the debate. You can't unfreeze that. You can't get away from it. Even when he came to Philadelphia yesterday, unable to do even normal things. It's not going away. So why roll the dice with a completely different thing? Because, again, the argument I would make, the advantage with Harris is she tagged Shapiro in. See, they can't tag Shapiro in now. Can't get over Harris as VP. That's potentially... I think he pulls well, we don't know. He ran against Doug Mastriano. But I think he does well in Pennsylvania. His approval rating, again, the masquerade is there. That's why this school choice thing is tricky for him. He would be formidable. You got to, don't diminish the person you want to beat. And this would be all out because he knows if he carried Pennsylvania as VP, he's going to be their nominee someday. So that's why the Harris thing has downside to it if you're a Trump supporter. The Biden continuing in office, there is no downside. All right, it is the lightning round next. Here's how you get in. 855-839-1210.
Kale and Company weekday mornings 6 till 10.
A big shout out to this audience for their donations and their generosity as we have cleared the $15K hurdle. We are $4,500 away, give or take, from July 21st and our 20K goal. Because as you know, if we get to $20,000, Stalker will have to ride and go 65 miles. And we want that, folks. All of us want Greg Stalker to have to ride a bike 65 miles in what I hope is scorching hot weather.
Start your day with Kale and Company. Weekday mornings 6 till 10 on Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and the free Odyssey app.
Dawn Stensland here. Summer is upon us. No time like the present to get back out on the roads. My friends at Piazza Premium Automobiles will help you find that luxury vehicle you've been eyeing. Piazza has thousands of new and certified pre-owned vehicles from brands such as Mercedes-Benz, Land Rover, Jaguar, Maserati, BMW, Porsche, Alfa Romeo, and more. PiazzaPremiumAutomobiles.com, PIAZZA. Stop by one of their Pennsylvania, Delaware, or New Jersey dealers. Tell them Dawn sent you.
Jim Cipriotti at Retire Ready Financial Group doesn't need Google to know you're worried about retirement. Between inflation, rising taxes, and the uncertainty about Social Security, he understands. That's why he offers a complimentary retirement second opinion. It's a no-obligation meeting for you to talk about your concerns about retirement. You want to know if you're going to be okay? Let's find out. 610-894-7415 or go online, retirereadyfg.com.
Insurance and annuities offered through James V. Cipriotti, NPN number 2083768.
For eligible individuals, 18 and older only. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With Jabra Enhanced Select's premium package, better hearing doesn't happen in a doctor's office. It happens at home, all done remotely from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. You get the same advanced hearing aid technology and professional support you expect from a clinic at a fraction of the cost. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week, no charge. Oh, you people are wonderful. Our premium package includes hearing aids, 3 years of follow-up care, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage, and a 100-day money-back guarantee. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Save $300 on Enhanced Select 500 hearing aids automatically at checkout. Just go to JabraEnhance.com/try. That's JABRA Enhance.com/try. JabraEnhance.com/try.
Hey, Clementon. We know your favorite station is Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
WPHT. The time has come for the final test.
We usually call it the lightning round.
Yes, but before that, let's go to Dan's news desk here on the down. This is a good one. This is a hometown guy for us.
Congratulations to Scott Pressler. They just announced his early vote action. $1 million commitment by a donor group to support the PA efforts. On Twitter, Scott writes, "Hey, Mom and Dad, your baby boy secured a $1 million commitment to early vote action. These funds will go directly to hiring boots on the ground in Pennsylvania. I used to walk dogs for a living. The American dream is real, and we must preserve it for future generations."
And one of his guys, Dan, you and I met at Mulligan's, the summer White House. I think it was the Noah, a part of his staff that goes, just tweeted out today, he's registered himself personally, Noah. He's a kid, just out of college. He might have even been in college, 1,000 voters for Trump. Now his goal is 1,500. So $1 million, and it's going to go into more of what these guys do. I don't know if we're going to turn, I hope to get him on the show tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to turn Bucks County red, though. We're down to 281 by July 15th. Oh, man. I can imagine, Dan, it's all systems go. People all around the world are sending postcards. You got to change your registration. Please. I think by the 22nd. What do you set it at? 22nd?
Yeah, I think that's a good over-under.
Yeah, because it's been about 150 each time per week.
I'll take the under.
You'll say the 15th.
Yeah.
281. Oh, that's enormous. Oh, man. Okay.
No, you know what? Because my 281, the quick turnaround comes from now having this kind of money, but I guess he's got to put that money in place.
Yeah, he's got to put it in place, door to door and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think you're fair. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully get Scott Pressler on tomorrow to break all that down for us. Let's go to Michael in the Northeast in the lightning round. All-time address, like 310 West Hildreth Avenue, one of our top 10 addresses. That's the summer White House. Dan, I hear we might have a pool the next time when we're there in August for a summer at White House.
What?
Like San Clemente. We certainly should have a pool there at Mulligan's. We got the shirts available, though. Michael in the Northeast. All right, Michael, good afternoon. What's yours?
Hey, good afternoon, Dom and Dan. I played this number on the pick for the lottery, and it's always shut out. It's the famous Monsters address, 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Good. I'm glad you played it in the lottery, too. That's good. Gary in Newtown. Dan, Gary wasn't allowed to do his alter ego. His wife was amenable to coming to Mulligan's, but there was a little backstage dispute there, I think. And she seemed to win out on that. Let's go to Gary. Gary, welcome in. Yo,
It
Gary.
was either that or live to die another day. Live to die a different day.
Yes,
happy wife,
there you
happy
go.
life. Gary.
There you go. What's yours, Gary?
It was very good to see you and Dan, and I'm going to go with Independence Hall, which is where it all starts and where it all ends. Hopefully, someone will find that document one day and say, "Oh my God, what are these rules written down for the people?"
Well put. That is a biggie. Scott in Mount Laurel. Scott, hi.
Hey, I got 3 points I'll run through real quick because I know it's lightning round. One, I agree Trump should stay quiet, let them destroy each other. I think that we're thrilled about the abortion being not a national ban, and we want that to branch into things like education where we can make the point that it should be a state issue. And the upper echelon that are black in the Democratic Party don't care about race. They care about ideology, which is why they hate Clarence Thomas. My side question is 119 North Weatherly, the Mary Tyler Moore, Mary Richards address.
Very nice, Scott. Boy, that was a nice clip call here. The Earl of Tacony on the Pringle. Dan, we need a little Betsy Pringle to set him up here. Becky Pringle. Hey, Earl. Welcome in.
Yes.
All the things our colleagues are depending on us.
All right, Earl.
Because a Pringle is not a thing, and a Pringle is not a chip. A Pringle is a crisp. The Department of Agriculture determined that a chip is a slice taken off of an actual vegetable. A crisp is processed from a processed vegetable, such as dehydrated potato flour.
All right, well, you tell that to Betsy Pringle because you're not getting with all the things here. Okay.
All the things.
What's your address, Earl?
He's crispy.
Okay.
But my address is from the Blues Brothers. Jake's yelling at Elwood. The cops are going to find him. He says, "No, I falsified my renewal. 1060 West Addison Street." And Jake's like, 1060 West Addison? That's Wrigley Field. And John Candy and state troopers show up at Wrigley Field trying to find the Blues Brothers, and they're not there.
All right, well put. I didn't know. Okay. This is a good one, Philadelphia-wise. Bruce in the Northeast. Bruce, what's yours?
Hey, Dom, this is where an unnecessary tragedy took place. It's 6221 Osage Avenue, the move address, and the whole damn neighborhood got burnt down, by the way.
And rebuilt badly so that they had to rebuild it back up again. Only Wilson Good could accomplish that.
I love Bruce's by the ways.
Oh, yeah.
By the
way, that's right, yeah. All right, Chuck in Newtown Square. Afternoon, Chuck.
Hey, great day to you fine guys, and I'm glad to be talking to you fine folks at the 1210, the address for great talk. That being said, I think this is a great show. Maybe I think everybody would say it's a top 10 of all time, and I would say if you could, everybody could complete this if I just give you the numbers. 4077
MASH.
You got that right. It is a legitimate address. If you were writing to Hawkeye Pierce, it would be 4077 MASH in South Korea or North Korea, wherever they happen to have been. But a great show and a great address.
Thank you, Chuck. Yeah, I think they were in South. I don't think they were in North Korea at that point. Steve in Warminster. Steve, what's yours?
461 Ocean Boulevard, Eric Clapton's great album.
All righty. Good one. And Catherine in Philadelphia. Catherine, what's your address?
550 Arch Street, the Roundhouse.
Oh, the old Roundhouse. Yes, exactly right. I think the police were better in the Roundhouse, Dan. It gives some sense of things to wherever they are now.
The Ivory Tower now.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly right.
They're the former Inquirer building.
Yeah.
And the Inquirer, I don't know where the hell the Inquirer is now.
That's true.
They don't have a newsroom anymore?
I have to look that. Yeah, their newsroom. Yeah, well, that's another story.
So, Dom, we got some good ones today. 1313 Mockingbird Lane, I thought was a great one, the Munsters address. I like 1060 West Addison. Earl, it took a while to get there, but it's Wrigley Field and a great one from Blues Brothers. Main Street, USA. One that stumped us for a second there, 2nd and West Kinsley Avenue. That's the corner of Winslow, Arizona from Taking It Easy by the Eagles. Stephen Warminster, I like his answer when he started to give us his address and we had to cut him off. No, we're not looking for your address, Steve. We're looking for a famous address.
Yes.
6221 Osage Avenue for a local tie. And then the one that I thought was really good and interesting, Chuck in Newtown with 4077 MASH.
Let's go with the 4077 MASH.
All right.
Let's put Chuck in Newtown in there. So away we go. Thank you, everyone. Tomorrow we'll try to hook up with Scott Presler, though, to get to the bottom of this $1 million donor to what he's doing. I'm glad people are noticing it. It's incredibly effective. I tell you, I wait, every Monday. It's the number. It's a number from Bucks County. If you're following too, it's 281. That's the edge, a blue over red. That's going to change, though, if not next Monday, the following Monday. It's only a matter of time here. Rather have it next Monday, but follow on Twitter until tomorrow, and we'll give you an idea of what we're working on, what's coming up at Dom Show 1210, at Dom Show 1210. Again, thanks to Pam and Johnny. These shirts are tremendous. You can get them at Mulligan's, the Summer White House, 310 West Hildreth. And a side question today. We'll make a side question out of anything. All right, we're working on one tomorrow. Rich Cioli's back today for 4 big hours. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
So this is all I have to say. Suicide is painless. Suicide. It brings on.
Congratulations to American Heritage Credit Union, who was just named the 2024 Best in State Credit Unions list by Forbes for 2 years in a row. Your friends at Odyssey want to congratulate the entire American Heritage Credit Union team for this prestigious honor.
This is Dr. Marianne Ritchie. Tune in to Your Radio Doctor every Saturday afternoon at 5 here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT for the latest healthcare news and information, because your health is your wealth. That's Your Radio Doctor, Saturdays at 5.
Hey, it's Rhea. Keep the summer vibes going with Lexus of Cherry Hill during the Golden Opportunity Sales Event. They are proudly celebrating 35 years in business. Over 300 new and L-certified pre-owned Lexus to choose from, and the all-new GX has arrived. Being veteran-owned, family-operated, and a 6-time J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence winner, Lexus of Cherry Hill provides luxury customer service. So go talk to Tony and his team to set yourself up with some of the best deals of the year. Visit LexusofCherryHill.com.
For J.D. Power Dealer of Excellence information, visit jdpower.com/US-DOE. For eligible individuals 18 and older only. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With Jabra Enhanced Select's premium package, better hearing doesn't happen in a doctor's office. It happens at home, all done remotely from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. You get the same advanced hearing aid technology and professional support you expect from a clinic at a fraction of the cost. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week, no charge. Oh, you people are wonderful. Our premium package includes hearing aids, 3 years of follow-up care, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage, and a 100-day money-back guarantee.
I hear better than I ever thought possible.
Save $300 on Enhanced Select 500 hearing aids automatically at checkout. Just go to JabraEnhance.com/try. That's JABRA Enhance.com/try. JabraEnhance.com/try.
Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
NHL star Matt Martin for American Humane.
Hi, I'm Matt Martin, and in all my years of playing professional hockey, I've gotten my share of bruises and injuries. But for many who really put their lives on the line every day, it's not always the injuries you can see that hurt the most. I'm talking about our veterans. Every single day, 184 veterans are diagnosed with post-traumatic stress, and tragically, 20 take their own lives. When medications and therapy don't help, professionally trained service dogs can. American Humane, serving the U.S. military for over 100 years, has put together a free guide to help veterans obtain these life-saving service animals. If you are a veteran or know a veteran struggling with PTS, please go to AmericanHumane.org for this free, downloadable resource. Let's give our veterans the help they need to win their battle.
For more information, visit AmericanHumane.org.
Heart disease and stroke can be catastrophic. They're leading causes of death, disability, and healthcare spending in the U.S., yet they're largely preventable. Alarmingly, heart disease and stroke are taking a toll on middle-aged adults 35 to 64, with over 800,000 deaths and hospitalizations in 2016. Million Hearts is a national initiative focused on preventing 1 million heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular events by 2022. Coordinated actions by Million Hearts partners in communities, healthcare, and public health will keep people healthy, optimize care, and improve outcomes in populations at risk. Everyone has a